Dynamics. Dynamics. Dynamics.
What's going on? It's your boy Nicki aka Mr. No Disrespect. And you're now tuned into another live episode. I'm processing a lot.
Nigga, we live.
Yeah.
We live,
I
yo.
usually can just cut to something else.
Yeah.
We're now tuned into another live episode of the Frames Per Second podcast. As usual, I'm here with Miss Naturally Nay,
Hello.
Kenneth Vienge.
Hola.
And as you can see, at least from the viewers who are joining us tonight, Myke and Rod will not be here today, unfortunately, but we will be hearing the thoughts of Myke as far as the film review. But in place of them, I had to call in a couple favors and get my guys from the On Deck TV podcast in the building. We got Spike Lute to my left and Animal Brown to my right. How y'all doing, y'all?
What's good, bro?
What up, though?
Glad to be here, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all coming.
Honored to be filling in, talking about this black excellence.
What y'all got going on?
Man, slow motion, man. New and Eyes episode up. On Deck TV show, man. YouTube.com/On Deck TV show. Check it out.
Absolutely. Every Wednesday it drops, but you can catch it anywhere. Long feed of stuff there. Like you said, Nas King Disease 3 just dropped.
Fresh
Here I
hated
goes.
from it on Lou too. He hated on it real
Did
good.
not.
So y'all want to check
Oh
it
man,
out.
I need to be on that.
I stayed on brand. I stayed on brand with my Nas, so I give you that. If you listen to the
That
show,
means
you
you a natural born hater. I already know that.
Did you say long feet and fresh air?
No, I said long feet. Long feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the fresh air in there from now on.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
I might take that.
Yeah, I can talk shop in the back. But we're here for what the people want to hear us to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Probably the biggest movie of the year, right?
You can say that until Avatar come out.
Oh,
Has to
man,
be.
we ain't gonna let.
Wow.
We ain't gonna
Has to be.
You just
I
gonna
ain't gonna
bring
let it, bro.
Just gonna knock
It's the
black
highest
excellence.
grossing goddamn movie of
I
all
mean,
time.
yeah, and like,
but not
How
on this
long
platform.
Oh, you mean for blacks? What are we talking about?
Well, they are blue.
Hey, blue.
Maybe they get a pass.
Blue lives matter, man.
All right, look.
I didn't say that. I'm just. Yeah, hey.
Oh man. But no, we ain't talking about that shit. We're talking about the sequel to the hit blockbuster film Black Panther, with this review being a live version of Black Panther, not live version, but live review of Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. But before we get into that, Miss Nay,
yes,
what's up with these roses?
the roses. So I got a first couple of roses I got are coming from our Reddit thread on the last episode of the series Atlanta, since we won't have another episode for us to talk about it. So my first rose is going to Ramen versus Foe, and he says, I hate ambiguous endings like these. I need closure. My next rose goes to Dan Been Rather Savage. He says, to piggyback off everyone but about Darius being dead in the Europe seasons, he was the only one who wanted to see ghosts. You remember that?
I do. I
You
read
do?
that too, and I was like, niggas may be gonna reach for the rest of
They
their
are.
life on this shit.
They are. So my next rose is going to Zoetic 5D, who said he's sad that these reviews are ending, but your guys' insights help me understand and love the show more. So big props. This show will age greatly and will probably only get better with every rewatch. Thank you, Zoetic. So now these last few roses are coming from the threads that you guys did on this episode that we're reviewing Black Panther's Wakanda Forever. My first rose is going to Furtive Placebo. He or she says, Black Panther has got some of the best casting in the MCU. It was a huge ask to do this with Chadwick, but man, they carried this and you felt it. I didn't think I would have been interested in watching a Shuri movie, but seeing her deal with the grief of losing her brother and then her mother, Letitia did her thing. Namor was dope and felt like a threat, and I love the entire underwater Aztec society, and the water scenes looked gorgeous, and we are actually building costumes and not relying on CGI for our final fights. So he really liked it. From Doghouse 12 E45, after watching Wakanda Forever, the main takeaway from it is Namor has entered the top tier of top MCU characters. And my featured rose is going to Son of a Shepherd. And they say, R.I.P. Chadwick, but this movie was better than the first one. Shuri was moving a lot more like Civil War T'Challa, which was way more interesting than Black Panther T'Challa. Marvel actually took it a couple places I did not think it would go. The movie was a pretty good watch, in my opinion. So thank you guys for your roses. Please keep your commentary coming, and maybe I'll give you a rose on the next episode.
All right. As you know, we always start off with our overall thoughts, but since Myke isn't here, he actually was kind enough to send us his thoughts early, so let's go to that.
First off, sorry I couldn't be there, y'all. I fucked up my schedule because I'm dumb and shit. But yeah, I thought that this was an excellent follow-up to the first film. I think that they handled the passing of Chadwick Boseman beautifully by having it sort of kick off the movie. I think it was really smart how they answered the demands to recast T'Challa by sticking that part in the post-credit scene while still letting Shuri do her thing as Black Panther for a bit. But as far as the movie goes, yeah, I felt like The circumstances were well laid out. I feel like the stakes felt real. The action was really well done without being too fantastic and goofy. But yeah, I think it was a really, really solid film.
I absolutely thought this was a solid film. I thought this was beyond a solid film. I thought this was a great film. It's probably going to be on my top 10 list, and it's probably going to be in the top 5 thus far. I'm mad that I haven't had an opportunity to see it again, but yeah, I'm probably going to see it 2 to 3 more times in the theater.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Lou? You seen it? How many times you seen it in the theater?
I've only seen it once in the theater, but I was here for it. It's an excellent film. I enjoyed it all the way through. As far as it, even if it had a long run time, it wasn't points where I was like, oh man, it could have ended 20 minutes here. They could have shaved this off. I was here for the whole film. I absolutely agree. As far as being top 10 or top 5 for the year, 100%.
AB.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man. I think it's Marvel needed it. Phase 4 was looking kind of shaky. So I think they did a good job with this. I was a little scared though going into it, man, knowing what Coogler, he had to rewrite it and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I was a little shook, and I thought the hype wasn't the same as the first one because it didn't have the accompanying soundtrack with the big names and all of that stuff. So I didn't think the hype was as real, and so I was a little scared, man. But he came through, definitely 2 thumbs up.
What about you, Ken?
I needed a day, I needed a conversation, and I needed a rewatch to realize how great this movie actually was.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because walking out of the theater after I watched it the first time, I was like, I don't know, I got to process what I just saw. And then I was having a conversation with Q, and I could feel like the excitement building, just talking about certain things. And then the rewatch just kind of laid everything out. Part of the experience on the first watch was all me. I kind of fucked it up in what I expected from the movie and where the movie seemed like it was going versus where it actually went. But when I had a chance to rewatch it, knowing how everything goes, it was great.
Wow. I really like this movie. I really did like this movie. I think this is easily probably the best movie out of Phase 4.
Whoa.
I think this movie is outside of the Avengers shit, because I feel like the Avengers shit is another thing when it comes to like within the MCU. You can't really grade it against any standalone for real. This may be like a top 7 or definitely maybe you could argue top 5 MCU movie. Like, I think.
Is anything he's saying shocking?
The Marvel stand over
do you
there
not
is
agree?
disagreeing with you.
I mean, shit, that's his opinion. But
It's better than the last Spider-Man?
yeah.
All 3 of the
No, the
Spider-Mans?
Spider-Man was just nothing but nostalgia when you sit back and think about it, bro. It was nothing but
Far from
nostalgia. It was
home.
nothing but old white niggas. I was like, if you want to keep it a full bean. But no, I think I'm shocked as far as how much I was entertained by it, knowing how much he had to get out the hole as far as like
Redoing it.
I've never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen a director in this position where like you have to make a sequel to a movie that you've lost your main character to.
Yep.
And stay on a time schedule.
On the time, and it like he had to talk about the death, talk about how it connects to the MCU, then also move on with the character, and also move on with his cast. Like that was a lot of shit
In the midst of the pandemic.
In the midst of a pandemic, which is why I'm glad it made its money, because you already knew once this motherfucker came out, hey, everybody bought their tickets sap, so we can go to the box office. What I got right here, shit, you see on the graphics as well. Rotten Tomatoes fuck with it, and I think it made at least on Thursday night like 100 million, or something like that. On like Thursday night viewings or some shit. It was close to that, and then by the weekend it was already. I think it's already at over 350 million. It was budgeted at 250. So in its first weekend, it's already
A lot of
made over.
dashikis, bro.
That's global too.
A whole lot of white outfits.
And that's what I wanted to say. We saw that as a crew. Well, at least as far as myself, Ken, Nay, and Rod.
Dressed up.
I was
Nick
kind of
was
gonna wear a
He was
dashiki.
kind of in character.
Nick was debating whether he was gonna wear the dashiki or not.
I let you down.
She talking about all I got is a hat. I'm like, all right. Nigga, I was out there, Wakanda out.
Meanwhile, you out there looking like Michael Blackston.
I was a hood nigga from Wakanda. I was Riri.
Yeah, you right about that.
Kill mom.
But I'm glad for those of y'all who's probably seen on our Instagram story, you saw that we all went to go see it together. That was our first movie that we all saw together, and we were talking about.
Thank God it was fucking Black Panther.
I was like,
not
rightfully
the
so.
other
No,
Black.
this was a horrible experience for me.
Really?
Because I was fighting tears the entire time, sitting right next to Ken. Like that was it. Took
You know
away
what's crazy? I didn't want to cry either.
I was sitting up there like, I'm not
I was
gonna
like-
let her fall. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. The whole movie.
You could have cried this far.
Okay, nigga, you heartless. I cannot do that next to you.
Nah,
You gonna
because
look at me like, what the fuck is you doing? I'm straight.
Exactly. It was like, this is the first time I'm seeing a movie with y'all. I'm like, bro, I don't want these niggas to think I'm a cry or some shit.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Taylor was sitting next to me talking about some. She was over here sniffing and shit. I'm like, bro, shut your ass up, right? Shit. I'm over here trying to fight back a tear.
I thought that was you.
No. I thugged it out. But no, yeah. The box office definitely was big. And jumping into it, man, the film starts off with us seeing Shuri working in the lab, hastily trying to come up with a cure for her dying brother T'Challa. Nay, speaking of emotions, how emotional did you get from the
cannot.
beginning credits to the opening scene? Because they was silent. Even that little baby up front that was
Right.
crying, she got quiet.
shut up.
She shut the fuck up. Everybody in that theater shut the fuck up. I ain't never seen it, bro. And then they had the whole montage of the shit.
I can't stand Ryan Coogler. I cannot stand him, and he's just horrible. It's like he jumped all the way in his Fruitvale station bag and was like, "I'm gonna make y'all niggas feel."
Oh, man.
I hate him. I felt every moment in every scene. The beginning, where he chose to like go silent without the music. It's like, God damn, you gonna make us all feel this nigga's death.
Yeah.
Again, like we already went through it in real time. We got to deal with it again. Oh, I hate him. He's brilliant.
That was and that's why I enjoy going to see movies with like a room full of black people. Somebody did say, so he just gonna make all us cry?
Right.
somebody yelled that out in the beginning, and that was funny. But yeah,
He went North DeKalb.
They couldn't let the moment of silence go by.
Damn, bro.
that was
Can't
funny. Yeah, it
breathe
was right
something.
before the moment of silence, which was hilarious. But I appreciate that they got that out of the way. I didn't want it to be the elephant in the room throughout the movie as to how they would address it, though. I like that they got right to it. The seriousness of it, like you said, Nay, it was right there. We got the gravity of the situation. They did a great job of just getting to it and not letting it linger.
Yeah, I love that they just did it and didn't offer really any true explanation. You know, it was just like, yeah, he died from something.
We know he
don't
did.
what
Like,
it
we
is.
ain't got to make up some
Everybody
fake
know he died of
story.
cancer.
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
know it. You knew it coming in. You was waiting to see how he's gonna do it, so
Right.
we're gonna show it
Here
to
you
you
go.
ASAP.
I like that.
Yep. And, you know, not try to create this story, you know, out of nowhere. It was just like he died, his sister trying to make a flower. That came around towards the end as well. And just the silence, because I think what I liked about it is that, you know, black people, we kind of mourn different. And losing him, like everybody felt it. And I think he did a good job of kind of just giving us that moment, allowing us to kind of grieve together and then kind of move forward, you know, in this whole journey all the way to the end. And then he brought that shit right back around. It just kind of sucker punch you. Sucker punch, because I didn't think it was
I
coming back
didn't
around.
expect that again. I was like, damn, nigga, like,
he
oh,
came back
yeah.
around and knocked you upside the head with it.
Like again, like we just like again, and that felt like real life, man.
Yeah,
like nigga,
yeah.
again, I got to deal with another death.
So yeah.
AB, were you surprised that they would actually use like kind of like how Chadwick Boseman died in real life in the storyline itself?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but I like Ken said, it's better than the alternative of trying to create a whole CGI, him getting killed in battle. No, we ain't gotta do that. And then I actually think it makes it more effective because it was the exact same way he died in real life. So it's almost like you're not only watching the movie mourning the character, but you're also mourning the person at the same time because they died the same way. I think that worked perfectly. And I love the title card with the moment of silence. That was super dope. Yeah. They've done the title card before with Stan Lee, but they played music during that one. And plus, it was Stan Lee. He was like 100 years old. This hit completely different. You know what I'm saying? Going way too soon. Shout out to Stan Lee. Though,
nah, you was over there talking about time in your theater. This theater was... He said about time in his thing.
Rest in peace, Stan Lee, but you know he was a hundo, man. Like
It was like
Chad
sooner or
had a
later.
whole life ahead of him.
I mean, they didn't really say what he died of. They just, you know.
Yeah,
just
they
said
kind
it
of
was
just
like
brushed.
cancer.
It's kind of a disease. I know what they say. He succumbed
It
to
was
something,
it-
an illness.
It was
Yeah, illness.
Yeah.
It just said an illness, which I thought was brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they
it was a
didn't
good
cheapen
touch.
it at all by trying to create some.
A CGI battle or something would have been garbage.
It would have been cheap.
Yeah, it was a very nuanced approach. You know, I liked it.
Good job, Ryan Kruger.
Super chats are open. Please make sure you all send us your questions. We definitely like to hear your thoughts. I definitely thought that the opening was very emotional, and I asked myself when I was watching, like, did I even grieve it? You know, sometimes you just hear a celebrity pass, and you be like, okay, damn, that's fucked up, and you kind of move on with your day. But I never really had the time to like sit back and think about like, and there were some images that weren't even just in the movie. Like it was just like behind the scenes stuff where he was just hugging the cast, was just being cool, and I was like, damn, this motherfucker actually like lived a life. And then I was reading up more about it, about like Coogler sent him the script for this before he passed, but he was so sick he couldn't even read it, or he didn't know at the time. I think he passed like a week or two after that. So it's kind of like he kind of still was a part of this in a way, heavily. Like he was actually in the movie as much as you would kind of expect with like everything that's happened, but it just still felt different. I don't think I've ever felt like that in a while in the theater.
They say he was battling cancer every Marvel film that he done. He was battling it. I was like, damn.
Because
The
that
whole
waterfall
time.
scene is brutal.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. So they what did y'all think about the funeral? I'll start with you, Ken.
I mean, you know, it was fine. You know, just seeing how they buried their dead. I was just looking at everybody dancing on the street when they were carrying the casket. I thought that was interesting, and just kind of it being a celebration. You know, and that was it. And then you know everybody flying in. They kind of made the X with the little smoke and shit with their black angels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got the blue angels, but these were black angels.
Yeah, that shit was dope, man. The cinematography was beautiful. They kind of spoiled it a little bit during the trailers, so you already kind of knew what to expect. But everything, man, the outfits, the whole nine was clean, bro.
Them outfits were fire.
Yeah, they were dope as hell.
I wanted one of them motherfuckers, bro.
What you think about it, Dave?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I wanted to see more dancing personally, just because that's the kind I like it, and just because my daughter's a dancer, like I like watching the dancers, so I wanted to see more of that, more of the like ceremony around it. But no, it was beautiful to watch.
Is that about a tear to your eye, Lou?
No tear, but I liked it. It was a good presentation. As far as one of the best things, like I do frames per second. I talk about the world building. Like when we talk about Game of Thrones, I like and enjoy to see them in that element and building the world and making it more in depth like that. That's one of the best elements for me. So I enjoyed that.
We jump 1 year later, and we see that Wakanda's under the. Hey, niggas want that resource. Hey, T'Challa lightweight fucked up, bro. He said we got a whole bevy of shit back here y'all ain't even know about, and everybody wants some. Everybody wants vibranium, and some parties are attempting to steal it by force. Lou, as we are like seeing this happen, like all these other countries, the U.S. and other foreign countries in the West are trying to take it. We also get introduced to an iconic scene with Angela Bassett. In my mind, I think it was instant iconic. She walked in, and I don't know if you was with me. Hey, but
that shit was fire.
that Kodak Black song was playing in the background. That spin, hey, walk. Hey, bro, she was strutting that bitch. I was like, go ahead, spin. Hey, bro, that shit, bro. I was like, oh, we in this. I sat back in my seat. I was like, oh, we in
Yeah,
for
put
a
some
ride.
respect on her, bro.
Yeah.
She walked
Yeah.
in.
She definitely demanded a presence walking
Yes.
in there.
Yeah, was it Cream? I don't want to butcher her name. What's her name? Ramonda. Okay, Queen Ramonda. What you think about her? Just her as Angela Bassett as in this character, just her character overall.
That character overall was great. I thought it was a very powerful character. In that scene in particular, the speech, she really made you feel like, I'm assuming like they tried to go in because they thought the Black Panther was dead. she made you feel her presence and her power. Angela Bassett, the actor, or that character, whichever one you want to give the credit to, but you could feel it from the moment that the doors opened. And she had the guard with her and all of those things, and she gave the speech, and it was very demanding as far as, y'all ain't finna just play me. Like, I'm coming with all the force that you thought I could come with, and don't let it happen again. It was real powerful black woman, and I liked it. I was here for it.
She walked in like a boss. Bro.
Bossed. Yeah.
Like a boss with the guards, and they all put the mics down.
Yeah.
They talking.
Yes.
They shaking this. She came in. Hey, she bodied the whole movie. I mean, for as long as she was in it, she had hella good scenes. You could tell from the trailer, bro. She was gonna body that shit. You know what I'm saying? From the speech of her, she set the tone with the early teaser trailer joint. That I was like, oh, okay, she ain't coming to play.
Facts.
It was crazy that in the first film, she's like, what, fifth billing?
Yeah.
Probably? Like, that's how
True.
deep.
She took a back seat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how deep this roster was.
Yeah.
So the fact that Ryan Coogler was like, probably like, oh, bet, I got Angela Bassett.
Fastball right here in the back pocket, bro. Let's
got-
go.
I got
an
I got
MVP on
anime
the
right
bench.
here. I got anime right here. That's another thing about going to black movie. Somebody said that in one of her scenes, like, come on, anime. Like, when the wave and shit
No,
came,
what theater
I
did
swear
you
to
go
God.
to? Like,
That's what
for
I'm
real?
saying, bro. He was
He was definitely in the cab.
That nigga was on Camp Free. That's
When
where he
they
was
said
at.
the wave came, they was
somewhere.
like, come on, anime. That shit was funny as hell. That was funny, boy.
I love how she kind of like paused, took her time before she cussed them out. Because I was like, oh shit. I was like, I know where this going.
We all done been
I've
there
seen
before.
this right here. They don't know what they did, bro. She just let them motherfuckers have it.
Remind me of somebody's mama, bro.
Yes. Yes. It was very scolding. I loved it.
Yes.
You loved it?
Loved it.
AB, what did you think about this? In that scene, did you also like how Ryan Coogler kind of like basically gave you like a historical critique of how like European and Western countries try to steal and repurpose African resources?
Yeah, and that's been an undertone throughout both of these films, though. That's what makes it so dope. Because we never really seen anything like that addressed in a superhero fashion. You know what I mean? And even down to the jokes with the colonizer jokes and all of that. Like, it's a joke, but it's actually on some real shit at the same time. So I like that they incorporated that, and it's just done very well, man. Coogler, he undefeated out here in my eyes.
Yeah. I think Myke also has something to say about Angela Bassett in this film. So let's cut
Did
to
he
that.
text you?
Huh?
You just looked down. Did he beep you or something? Was
No,
it
no,
a
no,
text?
no, no. It was a reminder.
Why would you call up the production though?
Damn, nigga, we on live.
Come
It
on
was
with the
funny. You
mic.
looked down like you was checking a BlackBerry or something.
Yep.
Not the black thing.
Easily Angela Bassett. Like, she was seriously incredible throughout this whole film. Like, even if I wasn't all the way there with how they ended up killing her, I think I genuinely walked away feeling like she is Queen Ramonda, and we sat there and watched her grieve, and it was beautiful, man. And sure, Letitia Wright, she did great in her role, especially when we see how she deals with grief. But Angela Bassett's performance was just perfect from the start until the end.
Damn, I forgot.
Mike ain't lie.
I was gonna say,
Mike ain't lie.
did they do her dirty name?
Did they do her dirty? I mean, no. I don't think they did her dirty. I think that given the circumstances, somebody gonna die, right? Like she went to war with Namor. Is that how you pronounce it?
Namor.
Namor.
Hey, I was gonna let you slide though.
My enemies
was?
call me.
You can go cuckoo cat. What was the other name?
The underwater water serpent. What's the name? Whatever. Name. But yeah, I mean, they went to war with them. So I mean, somebody is going. There was going to be a casualty. I did not expect it to be her. But I think that given the circumstances, I thought it was sadly beautiful because I mean, this is something that like I would assume would happen. Somebody's got to go. So for it to be her, it's like, damn, but I wanted to see her in the next one. No, I really
They did
did.
it dirty. Oh, they did it dirty, man. When I saw her struggling to climb back up in that damn water, I was
Bro,
like,
she was
shit,
like
bro.
this level one.
That's what he said.
That's what I was like, bro. She
ain't gonna
gone,
make it,
bro.
bro.
She
Yeah.
gone. And for Riri, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. But nah, yeah. Bro, when they had her just floating like this, I was like,
Yeah, they ain't have to.
they had to do it like that.
She went out
man.
strong,
fucked up,
though,
man.
She went out strong.
All the motherfucking Atlanteans and the Mayans and Mayans and Yucatan Mayans and shit, they can swim and shit. The one black motherfucker can't even get to the damn.
This is the one time. This is the one time Drury did not help a situation. She was weighed down by the royal adornments. That nice little bun was watching.
Man.
I was like, damn, not Ramonda.
Damn, man. AB, how'd you feel about
I
it?
love that part. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that part was dope as hell. I did. Look though, this is why, and we talked about this off mic about endings and being too predictable and stuff like that. They threw that curveball that nobody saw coming, and I thought that made the stakes higher in this film. And it's one of the reasons I liked it. I like this part more than the first one. Mm-hmm. The first one was super predictable. They were fighting each other. You knew nothing finna happen. You know what I'm saying? But this one, you see a main character of that stature die. It's like, oh shit! Now you kind of feel like anything can happen, and they add a little more to Namor too, because he was like he wasn't fucking around, and I like when my villains ain't fucking around.
He wasn't bullshit.
Lou, what did you think about it?
It raised the stakes. AB brought up a great
Game of Thrones
point with that. Yeah, it raised the stakes because, like he said, you see that's a curveball. And me not being as in depth in the Marvel world as you guys, I was wondering. I was like, okay, so what's gonna make her so mad to where she gonna start fighting with this dude? Like, who gonna be? How he gonna turn into the villain? And then when he come through and he killed the queen, I was like, oh, okay, here it go. Here go her reason for going hard on him now, because she didn't really have one at first.
Right.
Well, at least I didn't know it. But then that was a great way to set that up.
And the way he did it with the little water bomb.
Oh, he was a
that shit
beast.
was hard.
Like,
He was savage.
Like you said, he was not bullshit. He did not come to play.
I need to know how that shit worked.
The water
This motherfucker
bombs?
weaponized fucking water.
Water.
balloons.
It wasn't nothing but
It's fucking water balloons, bro. Like what the fuck?
big splashes of water just
bring a lot
killing
of pressure,
everybody.
God,
Hey, hold on. A black,
I ain't trying to.
Like,
drop
you know
a
they
water
black, we
balloon.
just gonna throw water.
he killed Angela Bassett with
With a water balloon, bro.
with a Nerf ball.
The super soaker.
And this
Hey, you know black women don't like to get their hair wet.
I'm about to say that might take me out too. Shit.
What's that haircut? What's all the shit?
I mean, they was natural and all, but shit.
It was a rap.
Oh, bro.
That's why she
She
wasn't
killed
trying
herself. She was like, I ain't about to let them see what my hair look like. After this, I'm dead. Take me out.
Running 3 feet of water.
Y'all ain't right.
Nobody care about your shit, Reed.
Oh shit!
Reeve got the braids. She can put a little wig on.
Yeah, bro, that shit tight. Not Ramonda.
Oh, man.
Queen.
Before we get to the villain, because I know that's a big part, we got to talk about, is it Letitia?
Letitia.
Letitia Wright. They put her at top billing,
Yeah.
They put her at top billing.
As I feel like they should have. I feel like she did a wonderful job. I was not expecting it. I honestly wasn't expecting. I had a feeling that Shuri was going to be like the focal point of the film, especially the closer you got to the release, because you go in Target and you see her face every goddamn where. But I was not certain how, because I know she's done a lot of independent things, but I haven't really seen very much. But I know she's been doing things that look like they're good. Looks like she does a good job. I wasn't expecting her to be able to carry it the way that she did. She did a really good job, in my opinion.
She was wonderful to you too, Lou.
She did a good job. I wouldn't say wonderful in the sense we expected her to be the Black Panther because of the marketing and promotion for it. I think that she was overshadowed though, like a lot by the other people in this film. Like when she went, the girl that she picked up and went to the outside world, the general, I think did a great job. But I mean, she was serviceable.
You talking about
the white man?
the feather head girl?
The bald head lady, yeah.
Oh,
Which one, nigga?
Oh,
The bald head, her general.
Zanai.
said the bald head lady
The
like
general of Wakanda, her.
Zanai.
I think she
Yeah,
did a
yeah,
great
yeah,
job too. But I mean, I think she was serviceable. It wasn't awful or anything. But
Serviceable?
I think the other people around her did overshadow her.
Yeah, she was straight. She was solid. It was a lot riding on her shoulders too, though, because she didn't really. She was more comic relief in the first one, and on this one, there was a lot of serious notes that she had to land. And then remember, she had like a little scandal about the whole
Vaccine
and all that. So she almost fumbled the bag, and Ryan Coogler almost had to write a third version of this shit. No, he was like, nigga, if you don't, he probably gave her the vaccine.
We finna pull up on you.
Hey, I'm putting up on your ass.
That was a heart shape herb he gave her.
Even to fuck this up. So nah, she was fine.
Ken, did she pull off carrying this movie?
She didn't pull it off.
She had to
you?
carry it, though.
And he seen it. He the only nigga that seen it
He
twice
did.
out of all of us.
It was a bit of a struggle.
A bit of a struggle.
You think she did?
I'm asking you.
Did you get this on the rewatch or you felt this way on the first watch?
Both. Both. It took me a
can't
while
believe y'all
to
acting
buy
shocked, though.
into her as like a lead, and especially as Black Panther. You know, so
No, you said I can't even. Before we get to the superhero, nigga, I need to know if I can see you.
because yeah, like I said, when I watched it the first time, I just kept waiting for this movie to pivot to somebody else, and every time it popped up, she's like still fucking here.
He ain't lying.
She was here the whole goddamn movie.
ain't
I'm
lying,
like, what?
She's in the whole movie.
He ain't lying.
Hey, you.
I'm glad you said
bruh,
it.
you lying.
No, he ain't lying.
Nah, for real, bro. For real.
But this
I
was
didn't get that vibe.
that being said, this was an ensemble more so. Like I didn't
She
wasn't
had help.
expecting her to leave. Yeah, she had. It was like the 04-05 Pistons. The AB. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying? It wasn't no superstar.
Ben Wallace.
Whoever pick your player. Like whichever one you want it to be.
she Larry Brown. She ain't even,
Whoever you
she ain't even on
want
the
her
court. She's the coach.
Whoever you wanted to be, they won the chip though. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
guess.
Right.
Damn. Nah, I think she was crazy because like this past summer when I was in Africa, the only show I could really watch back over there was Top Boy and the Summer House shit. So I seen her in that. I was like, damn, Letitia been active for a minute. I can't wait to see how she grows in Black Panther. I saw Black Panther 2 and I walked out and I was like,
The lights was too bright.
nah, it was just like I don't know if I think it was like this seemed like a filler. Like she was a seat filler for somebody else. Not to say she didn't do a good job. It was just more so like, oh, I seen what Shuri looked like as Black Panther. I want to see who somebody else looked like.
That was all right.
Bring back Killmonger.
Okay,
Yeah,
give me
like-
the real one now.
yeah, like-
give me the real Black.
Not even the real one, but just more like
somebody else to try.
your story arc is hit. Like,
I felt her grieving scene.
no, she did do well. I'm just saying, like, her story as that is done in my eyes. Like if she
Oh,
come
so
back,
you don't need to see it again.
Yeah, like if she come back as Black Panther in the third one, I'll be like, all right, bro, like, Ryan, what we doing?
She'll pop up as the third one.
Really?
Yeah. What? And they'll probably hand it off to
I think they gonna
Tayson or whatever.
Tucson,
Tayshaun Prince. Nigga, hella Pistons in this motherfucker.
little Saint.
Yikes.
Well, same back.
But no, I think she did a good job based off the circumstances. So I'm grading her with a curve, but I would have graded anybody with a curve in this position.
She wasn't expected to be in the starting five, bro.
Exactly.
She did.
And she did the best she could, and she pulled it off. It's again a high grossing film, but nah, I mean like
It didn't take away from it.
yeah,
Right, she didn't fumble it.
She was
didn't
she
fumble it.
was
Did her
was
job.
dumb
I
neutral.
thought she was cool.
Right. Yeah,
She was dumb.
yeah. That's
It didn't
that's
seem
the
like
line.
anybody was really like buying her, talking to them. You know, I think Namor was trying to hit.
He was trying to clap
won.
them
That's
It
cheeks.
He
did
was
seem
trying
like
to
he
do
was like,
that.
let's get together, girl, let's partner up.
Yeah, he was
that's
trying to
what
clap
he
them
was trying
cheeks.
to do.
Rule the world, baby.
Right? You're like, we both mad.
It's cool.
We can burn this motherfucker down. I got you. It's cool. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of the villain, we then cut to the Atlantic Ocean where we see the CIA and the U.S. Navy SEALs utilize a vibranium detecting machine to locate potential vibranium underwater. However, during this expedition, as white people usually get caught up into some shit, they get attacked and killed by a group of blue-skinned, water-breathing superhumans
Blue-skinned.
He said, "Are they blue?"
led by Namor. Before we get into that, Myke has some thoughts on
What you thought,
Well, I
Mike?
can't
about
Yes.
Namor.
Come on,
Paige
Mike.
came
Come on,
through again.
Namor. He got a nice smile.
I think Tenoch Huerta, if I'm pronouncing that even close to correctly, but I feel like he absolutely murdered this role. I think he was great. And I've never been a fan of Submariner in the comics like that, but I feel like I was super fascinated by him the second he showed up on the screen. Like they even made those little baby cherub wings on his ankles look pretty cool. And I think the whole idea of having him connected to this indigenous or Aztec lineage was really handled beautifully. I think the motivations for why he approached Wakanda, this whole idea of wanting to protect his people and his land from outside invaders, I think that was dope. I liked the idea that it was the appearance of these colonizers that kind of pushed him to want to forge a relationship with Wakanda. I like that. I think that they made a character that I would otherwise think was really meh. I think they made him really cool by doing what they did with Killmonger, which is like giving us this reason to empathize with him and understand his actions. Yeah, man, I think all of that was so dope. But I still think him using water against black people as a weapon was kind of fucked up when he knows good and damn well most of us can't swim.
For real.
Myke stupid.
Hey, real talk. He went to the one country of black folks and gave them a and they didn't know what to do.
Flooded there. Yeah.
Hey, who was it? Say the actor name again.
Bro, it's Tinashe. What the people that trying to say?
It's not Tinashe.
It's Tinashe. I ain't even gonna try
He's
to
not
fuck.
hitting the 1-2 step, not Tinashe.
What's his name?
I don't know, but it's not Tinashe.
It's Namor.
It's Namor.
Yes, that's that nigga name.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
Why was Taylor, bro? She was in love with this nigga.
I mean,
She
I can see it.
she was
That's
like,
what I say. They just showed the graphic. He got a pretty smile. He got some nice teeth.
she was like, who's that nigga in that hoochie daddy shorts?
Look at that smile. That's nice. That's not bad.
Oh,
That's
he
not
look
bad
like
at
that in
all.
the movie.
He got a strong looking back.
Hey, you said he got a what, Dave?
He got a strong looking back.
Oh, you know, she pointed out the same shit Taylor said. Okay, let's talk about the actor and the acting.
Yes.
What did you think?
No, so I think that they did a really good job of taking a character that I've never heard of and making me give a fuck. Right. And I think a lot of, because I think I saw somebody in the Reddit thread, because y'all know I be getting my roses, and somebody was making a comment about how we said, like with Black Adam, that we didn't know none of these people, so we weren't as interested. But Coogler did a great job of making me invested in somebody I knew absolutely nothing about. So seeing his backstory, understanding who he is, that's the power of good writing. Like understanding the history and why this person is doing what they're doing, and like Myke said, and making you empathize with his plight to where it's like this complicated, like anti-hero type situation was dope. Like, and I was scared of him. He was fucking them people up with water and them little baby wings on his ankle. Like he was flying fast as fuck with them little wings. I was afraid for them. I thought they was gonna die in underwater.
Really?
I was.
He actually put fear in your heart as far as like, I don't know what he did.
When he
He looked
killed
unbeatable.
Angela, I was like, oh, they
He looked
they ain't
unbeatable
coming
than a
out of this.
motherfucker.
He wasn't fucking around, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell
And
you.
then he was like, and I got way more. Like, y'all ain't even fucking with my whole
Right,
army.
they were deep.
He was like, you don't want me to get the rest of them.
It's light work.
Right.
Oh man, hey Lou, how disrespectful was it? The way he pulled up on them, and he was like, "Damn, bro, y'all got this around."
While they was mourning too.
Yeah.
While they was mourning too, and
I'm
he
over
just
here.
pulled up in a little spot out of nowhere. That was a dope. As Nate was saying, I really didn't care about him and didn't know who he was. Even in that moment, like you said, the pull up was dope. But as the movie built up, I started to be more and more invested as his story came out. He did a great job of telling it, making me care about, okay, why I even want to burn the world down in the first place. Like he did a great job. The actor that played that guy, he bodied that role.
He did.
Like he was not, like
Facts.
AB said, he was not fucking around. Like nigga pulled up on his little wings and shit talking. He was killing.
Yeah, I thought he was super dope. Real quick though, how did he know where Wakanda was at? Did I miss that?
No, he said like I've heard stories about like
This place.
and he was like even y'all water. He mentioned something about their water was different too.
And the air and all of that.
Yeah, like-
Okay. I was like, yo, how did he find it? I thought it was supposed to be low.
He been there for a minute though, not
Okay.
like Wakanda, but he know about some places and shit. He just don't know about the surface world.
Yeah, no, I thought it was dope. Usually the MCU does a good job of making you care about people that aren't super popular. Like nobody really fuck with the Guardians of the Galaxy like that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. I know they got their fan base, but they do a good job of that traditionally. And this was another example. And it could have easily went left, bro. Like the wings on the ankle. That could be corny if you fuck that up. But they had him right in there, bro. Like the way he was moving through the air, like that shit looked fly as hell. I was like, nah, they got this shit right.
Unstoppable, dude.
Yeah, he was a dog.
Now
bro.
when he pulled that helicopter down, I was like, oh, they got
they in
a
trouble.
Superman. They got a super thug around this motherfucker. Ken, did you like how they inserted basically an origin story within this movie as well?
You mean with all the Atlantans and shit like that?
Yeah.
All them motherfuckers. I don't know. Something about seeing
And
the
the Spanish
Mexicans.
slaves?
Yeah, seeing the Mexicans come out of the water that felt something more offensive to me.
You said what?
You know, I would have been offended. If,
It was offensive.
Ken, I was gonna say something, and we was gonna get canceled if I said it. So I was gonna say.
I'm just saying, it didn't feel right, Kevin. It didn't feel right seeing them.
It
come out
was
of the water
interesting
like
how
that,
they
bro.
played with water.
Like why? Yeah, why you got? Anyway, yeah, I thought that
It was. No, I'm saying for both black and the
Brown.
yeah. It was
I've
more
been
interesting how they
thinking
played
about
with
that shit,
water.
bro. It's
Both
just
of us
like,
got water
damn.
issues.
You know, that it's a slur, and they had the motherfuckers coming up out of there, bro. I don't know. It felt weird, bro. It felt. I'm speaking for my.
And I think Coogler did this not on purpose, but I think because remember when you see like when Letitia got out the water, she wasn't wet. Like whenever he got out the water, he wasn't wet. So it was like,
What?
Ken, you know what I'm talking about?
We're not doing this.
I'm just saying.
We're not doing this. Next question, niggas. Next question.
It was a dry block.
And you see that was his kryptonite.
I did bring up his facts, but I wasn't trying to go there, y'all. Lord.
He said, "I need water." He said, "I need ASAP."
I was like, hold on, this
She
is
was like,
somebody.
"Hell no!"
Post him on what?
Fire and barbecue his ass.
Somebody
Look,
was, bro. This was too on, bro. Somebody was trying to make a joke about
I've been
something.
thinking about that. I'm just saying. I was like, I don't know. But anyway, Neymar, he was on some bullshit, bro. You can't like. I thought. You know, I get the motivations and shit, but that was some bullshit, man. You can't pull up to me talking about, hey, because of y'all, they know about my shit. And now they coming here, so I need y'all. Nah, bro, if you don't get the fuck up out of here.
I'll say this, bro.
I mean,
I'll say this. Well, go ahead, Nay.
I mean, if I got the same shit y'all got and y'all talking shit and letting people know about what I got, I might have to come shut your mouth too. Don't be
Especially
that
you
ain't my
people
issue.
coming for my stuff. I don't
That
know
ain't,
if I
you
like
coming
that.
in my, nah, that ain't my issue. Why you
Yeah, they
coming in
had
my
nothing to
hood,
do with
bro?
it, though.
Yes, they
That's one
did.
thing that I didn't understand. They didn't have anything to do
Yes,
with it.
they did because
They didn't know the
everybody.
scientists. The scientists put the thing together to find where they were, right?
Right, but the only reason why they know about vibranium is because they let
Oh,
everybody
okay, 'cause
knows
they
that
know
Wakanda
vibranium.
has
Got that.
vibranium.
Stop
So
that.
because they can't get your vibranium, they not trying to get my vibranium. And I gotta fuck everybody up because of you. Shut your mouth.
Nah,
And he pulled up to their front door.
Oh,
Yeah,
He was
fucking
respectable
nah.
to a certain degree.
Funky looking ass wings.
Hey, them wings will make you
He gon-
hesitate.
I was like, he showed
Yeah,
you
man, bro.
what them wings could do real quick.
Look, they didn't know he was nothing to be fucked with until he started fucking shit up. Because once they saw them wings, they was like, ain't
They
no
laughed
way
at his
in
ass,
hell.
them baby ass.
He
got some little bitty wings on his ankles.
We fried them wings on him.
He's gonna pull up to Wakanda with them
We have a
wings, nigga.
2-piece of the biscuit with your ass, boy.
Throw some lemon pepper on them shits, bro.
That shit, bro.
Hey, Nate, what's that
It came with
restaurant? What's the
wings.
slogan of that restaurant? We'll put some
Pop
sauce in your mouth.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Oh,
Hey,
They all
B,
smiling and cheesing, bro. You get
Oh.
the fuck out of here.
was he a better villain than Killmonger?
Ooh, I don't know if he was better. He was at least on the same level though, because I feel like what was dope about Killmonger was his beliefs and where he kind of stood. A lot of people related to that, and you could easily like it wasn't no question. We wouldn't be up here like, man, I don't know why was he upset? Was he no? Like we all knew what time that
We
was.
resonated.
Yeah, it resonated with a lot of people, and that was super dope. And it was a nice kind of contrast to what T'Challa was. But this dude. He was at least on the same level because at the end of the day, he was just trying to protect his people at the end of the day, which a lot of people can respect on some level. So and they got him right with the costumes and the whole nine. So he had to look, you know what I'm saying? He had the right motivations and he wasn't fucking around.
Nah,
It's
bro.
at least equal.
Nah, bro. If you got all them motherfuckers under that goddamn water, why the fuck you need me? Why
He
the fuck you
didn't.
need me?
He didn't need
Then,
that.
if you don't need me, then don't come get me.
Nah,
I just want you to stop talking.
I think it's
No, I
us.
think- It was also like because he needed them because they understood that world.
He didn't.
You don't go into a fight without understanding your opponent. That's why he was like, I didn't even know these motherfuckers knew where we was at, but I found out because of y'all. So now that y'all brought this to my door, unless we partner up or like you said, give me the scientists that I can end this shit.
That's true.
then what's up?
Like,
Like,
go get the scientists yourself.
he don't. He
Yeah,
was.
why-
saying-
why am I in?
He did get them down. Well, he did get them damn scientists, and that's one thing I really wanted them to start singing other motherfuckers to sleep the way they did them folks on the
Oh,
ship. Why didn't I
man,
see
yeah.
that again?
That they did show it again with the
They did it
Wakandans.
again.
They tried it in
Yeah.
Wakanda.
Yeah.
They tried
When?
it. They started
And
doing
When
Wakanda-
I missed that?
When they was
Came
like
out
the last
harmonizing.
battle. Yeah.
Yeah, they woke him up.
With that white Christian, that little Catholic chat.
Yeah, they sure did that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was that like
It was.
it was that Halo.
That
chant.
shit real, bro. When I went to one of them white churches and they started doing that shit, I wish I could have found me some shit to jump off
I'm
of.
gonna jump off the steeple at the time.
I feel like I was actually, I think I actually liked Namor. I liked him better than Killmonger a little bit. I think that Killmonger was smart, whereas he had the brute force. Killmonger had to take the herb in order to get the brute force and take their army. The fact that this nigga came with a big ass army made me a little bit more fearful of what he could do to Wakanda than Killmonger. But I do think Killmonger had the intelligence, and I resonated more with Killmonger's reasoning.
What say you?
He was a better villain just because I feared him more. Like once I saw everything that he could do, I did relate.
Killmonger killed motherfuckers too.
Yeah, but he wasn't flying with the little wings on his ankles and shit. Man. Like, this nigga-
Why does the wings matter to y'all like that?
he was just
though.
moving different.
It ain't-
Like, he was just this nigga was
Niggas ain't
moving
popping up with
different.
wings on their feet
If
every
I was
day,
in
though.
Wakanda and he pulled up, I would be scared. Like,
With a nigga who got wings on his feet?
yeah.
That's
After I
different.
seen what he did with the water,
You
and
saw
shit.
Thanos pull up to you about 2 months ago.
And this will remind me of that. I was like, damn, this nigga look like Thanos. But no, Killmonger, like everyone up here said, I related with his message more, of course. However, his was more rooted in hate. Like just because he had been through those experiences, his people had developed those experiences. My man, it wasn't really hate. It was just like, I don't even know them. I don't fuck with them. I don't want them coming to fuck with me. So I can hate them. Just get them away from me. So I don't think he was operating out as much hate as Killmonger was. And that made it like the difference there.
Two strong villains at the end of the day,
Yeah,
though.
both of them were strong.
Top tier.
Well, we not only get introduced to. I gotta answer the question. I would pick Namor over Killmonger. I think
Why?
because he was an actor that I'm not really familiar with. Because he's a character that I know about, but very superficially. I fell into the character. Like I think Coogler is really good at making your characters dynamic and complex.
Facts.
So what he did with him, and he gave him that whole ass backstory too. I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking with
They
this.
gave his whole backstory.
Yeah.
He had a whole origin
birth.
movie, nigga. Yeah.
Because walking into this shit, I was sitting in this 2 hours and 50 minutes damn near. I'm like, bro,
That's a lot to pack in.
Boy.
Yeah, it was dope. He said he was a mutant too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
now
why he
that
got the
part?
wings. Yeah,
Yeah, now
that's
that
why he got
hit.
the wings.
That hit.
But we also get introduced to somebody else because we find out who the scientist is, and it's Riri. And damn, I wish Mike was here to talk about Riri.
We might don't talk about Riri.
Nah, I ain't asking about Riri because I,
I
knew he
need
was
to
gonna
know
do
what
it.
he thought about Riri.
Y'all didn't like Riri?
Riri getting mixed reviews out here in
I
these
liked it.
streets.
That was like one of my favorite characters.
Hold on, does Mike say something about Riri? No. Oh, okay. But
Yeah, she getting mixed reviews out here.
Riri, that's what I was gonna. AB, what you
That's
got?
my least
No, she was cool. A lot of people feel like she was shoehorned in though. Like there was a couple of elements in here that were literally in here just to set up future projects.
Yeah.
And a lot of people feel like that was one. I didn't mind her though. I thought she was pretty cool though. She gave some comic relief, even though this was a little bit more of a serious movie. She gave some pretty funny moments, and a little baby Iron Man and shit. It was pretty cool. I wasn't mad at her.
That makes sense to me because I ain't as in depth into the world as most people that we complain about it. I thought that was perfect for someone like me who was an outsider. That was like one of my favorite characters. Like her comic relief. I appreciated throughout this movie how they leaned into the blackness. You don't really get that a lot. And she was one of those things where they leaned into
She had
just
the
being
jokes and
black.
shit.
Yeah, she had the
I-
jokes.
I-
Like even when she was in Wakanda looking around like, oh shit, this is what Wakanda, like it was shit that black people would say in those situations. I liked her role for that.
I did like how they dropped the nigga in Wakanda and be like, all
Yeah,
right, this is
what
how
a
they
nigga
rap.
would
She
do.
said, let
if
me get
they
some more of
was
that
there.
juice. Let me get some of that juice,
Right.
though.
With that juice.
Nay, what did you think of Riri?
It was a little much for me, a little too niggerish. Like, she could calm down just a tad.
Really?
I liked how intelligent she was. I liked her
yes,
character,
yeah.
right? So I liked the character. I liked the fact that you had this young black girl at MIT who was super intelligent, like on Shuri's level with the intelligence and the whole Shuri, her mentor, mentee type situation. I did like that. Some of the jokes I could have done without. Some of it was just a little too much. But
What was cringeworthy?
when she was like, "Oh, can I get one of those?" or whatever it was that she was down in the.
Come on.
Yeah, I was.
You ain't asking for shit in Wakanda. You asking for a gift basket at least before I leave this motherfucker.
That was a good one. You talking about when she asked for the herb?
That was funny.
When they was in the underwater place and it was she came. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. She had.
brought some back, like something to eat or something.
Yeah,
she brought
something
them
like
yeah, that one was a good.
Yeah. So it was like little ones here and there. That I was just like, oh, it's
Because you're
too
trying a
much.
little too hard.
Yeah, it's like you're trying, because I get it. This movie could come off really heavy, right? It's part of the reason why I want to see it again, because I felt like I was so engrossed in the emotion that I didn't really get a chance to enjoy just the movie and the entertainment value of it. But yeah, so I get that they needed something to lighten it up here and there. But like when she calls you like an ashy head about Koye and all this, I was like, oh, come on.
That was funny.
That was a little too
funny, man.
That one
was
wasn't as funny.
That was funny.
She was like, I told you my color don't matter. Like, really?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was funny, man. The whole
Little
room
cringy.
scene was funny. When
Oh
they
yeah,
went
when she was
in
like,
the room.
oh, when she walked in the
Yeah.
bathroom. That was
was
good.
fine.
And some of the other jokes was cool, but yeah, they all didn't hit, But I think I liked her. I think she definitely was like black, like through and through, like woo, flying through the air, and shit like that.
Like Tiffany Haddish black or like what type of black?
She did do that.
Yeah,
I
a
was
few
because I was
times,
wondering
bro.
how could she know how to fly like that? It's her first suit and shit like that.
Nah, it wasn't her first. I mean, she said she had been doing it.
Oh, you know, she did say
She said there was
did.
people on
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah,
There's a whole YouTube channel devoted
Gotcha,
to
my
blah,
bad.
blah,
Yeah,
blah.
and I think there's like a thing about judging books by its cover, right? So if you just came across her dressed as she is, talking like she is, you would have no fucking clue she's like brilliant until you see her work. And there are a lot of people that, especially black people, that get judged by that, by the way they talk, by the way they dress, et cetera, et cetera. And they're highly intelligent. There's a lot of people in the hoods and projects and stuff like that. Like, these motherfuckers are brilliant, but their circumstances are what keep them down. So
I think that is why it resonated. It was such an oxymoron. Like she was blackity black, but everything that they wanted to do on an intelligence level, she did it. Like even you saying the depth of the YouTube channel, like everything the Siri hit her with, boom, I'm right here back with it. Like that was dope as hell to me.
And then I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna ask, like, did you like the emphasis of like black women and like thriving in STEM, with like all these images of seeing them like create everything. Like they were the savior, like not only from like the technology, but even just being like decision makers over like royalty issues, like
Defense,
everything. This was a black woman movie.
I mean, that's part of the allure of Black Panther, period. It's just how strong all of the women characters are. The fact that they have like a female tribe of warriors. The fact that there's so much, like black women are in such prominent roles. So to have this movie where you have a queen in leading this nation that has such powerful black women, yeah, that's dope. That's part of the reason why I think we like Black Panther as much as we are, because we see ourselves in such strong, powerful roles.
I know you talked all about that with this that black woman, but we're gonna get to one that I feel like she was in some sticky shit. After they find the scientists, the group is pursued by the FBI, and then they are pursued by Namor's warriors, who defeat Okoye by taking Shuri and Riri underwater to meet Namor. AB. Did Okoye get her ass kicked a lot in this movie?
Yeah, man, she took some L's, especially on the bridge. The bridge scene was super dope, though. And that was another one where it was like, okay, not only is Namor not fucking around, but even his partner's not fucking around. Like, he wanted to smoke, too. All of that. She took some L's, but again, they were setting some stuff up for her, too. She got shit coming down the pipe as well. So, but I actually wanted more of her in here. I thought the story with her losing her position and all that was super interesting that they really didn't touch on like that. I wouldn't mind seeing more than that, but yeah, she was taking L's in here.
Yeah, she got beat up by a nigga with sleep apnea. The motherfuckers machines on their
The breathing CPAP.
Kid, what did you think of Okoye in this movie?
I mean, they are super strong, so it makes sense. But as soon as he dragged her ass into that damn pole, and she got knocked out.
I forgot about
Yeah, we all felt
he hit her
that.
so hard she had to throw the stick down.
I know, right? She was like, God damn. Yeah.
He even kicked the stick back over to her. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, he fucked her ass up. I mean, shit, to the point where she lost her fucking job, bro.
She got beat up and fired, nigga.
But hey, Lou, I know we always talked about this, bro. If you a security guard and you get your ass beat, you can't come back the next day.
hell no.
She came back with a new plan, talking about some,
no
look,
coming back
this is
to
what we
work.
gotta do. We gotta do like, nigga, you lost.
Angela Bassett was like, what?
Why did you even come?
Angela Bassett was offended that she was even there. Like, what you doing here?
Talking about I lost everything. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You just lost your job. Shit, fuck that. Hell no.
Did she remind y'all of Viola Davis?
We not doing that. She did.
For sure. I agree. I agree.
In this movie?
Just overall,
Period.
did she
When she was
remind? They
crying
put
in
me
that
in the mind
scene.
of
I agree.
That was a Viola Davis Snot and Booger cry, child.
It was. That was the tears and all
It's a
that
compliment,
down her
man.
face.
Did you fuck with her in this movie though?
Yeah, I did. I liked her role. I liked her character. I even liked that they took it away from her for losing it. That was realistic. I think it would add it to the depth of Angela Bassett's role as well, not just letting her be a pushover. Like I think that was done really well and showing her like vulnerable. Like it really made us think that, man, they might get their ass kicked by these little blue motherfuckers, dude. So yeah,
Right, they were.
they did get their ass kicked.
Yeah, I forgot the guy. It starts with the A, Atula,
Yeah.
whatever. But Atuma, yeah, he was a bad motherfucker. But I don't know. I like Namora. There was something about her with that little peacock shit on her head.
yeah.
That's crazy that
She
his
was
cousin name is Namora.
Bruh,
Right.
she didn't really say shit, but
She was the one
felt
singing, wasn't she?
scary
She was the
as
one
shit,
singing.
bro.
I think she started gospel
She the one
choir.
doing that little.
She said a couple of things, bro. When they had the little thing down and pulsating, and she just kept driving up there and stuck that little spear in there.
She a soldier.
She wasn't
Her
fucking
look was
around,
fire,
bro.
too, though.
Yeah, it was.
Even with the mask.
What were your thoughts on Okoye?
Oh baby, that was another scene that I got emotional at when Angela took her job from her like that. Like Denai played the fuck out of that. Like I believe that. I believe she was heartbroken.
Yeah.
And she's like, just let me get her back. She was like, no, fuck that. Go home.
Get out of here.
And that scene, like I remember that speech from Angela in the trailer, but I never would have thought that it was
They did
in
it for
this
her.
scene.
Yeah.
That was
So that
dope.
was
Yeah.
really dope. Like I was expecting that, like when she was talking to the United Nations or whatever, in something like that. But to have her in that, in the castle or whatever, telling that to Okoye, yeah, that was deep. I felt that. I felt really bad.
Have I not given you everything?
Jesus, like
She was talking to me in that motherfucker. I gotta lower my seat,
I
nigga.
thought about it.
Damn.
I was like, bro, in Civil War, she lost her husband. In Black Panther, she then lost her kingdom. And then this one, she lost her son. And then, like, it was like,
the
bro,
daughter, too,
yeah,
nigga.
I was like, bro, this-
Kidnapped.
They did a lot. It was a lot of loss in this shit.
That's why she snapped like she did.
Right.
Cause she was like, nigga, you can see your husband every Sunday.
Yeah, she was like,
You finna go home,
Right.
She about to go see that nigga.
Conjugal visits and everything. Bitch, bring my daughter back.
That was Daniel Kaluuya she was referring to. Right?
Yeah, he was doing note.
He dropped the bag on this.
He had to make that work. That nigga had to make that work, bro.
He
Like,
dropped
nigga.
What happened? What
He had to do
He
note.
was recording note. Like,
Yeah.
why you do that? That's another black movie we gotta
He
celebrate.
should have let Kiki have that one. Like,
Nigga should have been like,
really?
nope. Coming to that shit.
He dropped the bag. He fumbled the bag. He had to do both of them. Bro. He had to make that work.
You know he gonna be in the third one.
He
Probably.
better be. Yeah.
He'll be in the third. He probably gonna be the third villain.
Or that. Yeah, that's true.
It's a Black Panther TV show.
Yeah, for that character.
Okoye?
Yeah.
The general. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm fucking with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fucked up.
But we see that the queen is off the shits at this point, and she so much so she tried to find a spy to help her out, and we see Lupita, sexy ass, in this film. AB,
Yeah.
what you think about Nikita? Was it Nokia? What's her name?
Nokia.
What's the name?
Nakia.
Nakia, I said it right.
Nakia.
Okay,
You did
Nakia.
not Nokia like the phone. Nakia.
Kia was dope. No, I liked her character a lot. I could have done with some things at the end. I'm sure we'll get to that at some point. But I thought her character was super dope. She played more of a role in this one, more of an integral role than in the first one. And Lupita, Yeah. Lupita was.
She been working out.
Yeah, she been. Yeah, Lupita did her thing in here. She did her thing in here. Shout out to Lupita.
Kid, what did you think?
Shit.
What you think about the kid?
I didn't know she was fluid like that. And language. Yeah.
So what type of fluid?
I was about to say, kid, he a wild boy, was he? I was like,
I didn't know where you was gonna go with
a
that.
phone call right after this.
Yeah, I
didn't know she was.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
There was a
man.
movie with water in it, so I'll give you that.
It was moving. There was some fluidity there. 100%.
It was
Definitely was some fluidity.
It was definitely moving. Fluidity.
Definitely some fluidity.
But she was cool, man. Yeah, she was cool. Hearing her, seeing her in Haiti and stuff like that, and the language and stuff like that, and then going out underwater and rescuing them and shit like that. That shit was dope.
What you think about her name?
I mean, no. So yes, Nakia was a good character. Fun fact, she's actually born from Mexico. So she's from Mexico, so it's not surprising that she might actually be fluent.
Very fluent.
She was happy about doing that in this film too, I heard.
Huh?
She was happy to show off that she
I'm
could
sure
swim.
she was. Yeah, I'm sure she was. But no, I mean, I think to me, her character really, like the reasoning for her character was more so towards the end of the movie and what we found out at the end. But no, it was cool to see her on her mission and do her spy shit.
Were you happy to see her back? Like, because I forgot she was like, I'm like, damn, but he has a lot of good like B+ A-list on this cast.
Yeah, the cast is stacked. Like you forget how much the cast was. Because it was so much focus on Chadwick from the first one. But no, it was good to see her. Yeah. And she's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you gotta tell us.
I know I don't. But
The B cast, as you guys were saying, they did a great job, and I think Lupita may have been at the front of that line. Like she showed her versatility doing all the spy stuff. That was impressive to me, going down there and saving the princess. Just the different languages. I think she speaks French, she went Spanish. She just, for me, the sneaky MVP of the whole film. Like just her role as far as what she did and how important it was as far as getting the queen back. And at one point, that was the only person the queen felt like that she could go to and be like, look, I need some shit done. Like everybody else fucking me. I need you to go down there and get my daughter. Like, damn, man.
She found her like the next day. She was like,
Yeah, she went to go get her. And she came through for us. So I respected the fact of like they show how her and the original Black Panther, how T'Challa, like why that would have been a good mix.
I still like borderline thought she might have been the Black Panther right up to the very end. Like when they had both her and Letitia in the scene when she took the herb, I was like, maybe something happened and she actually do turn into the Panther. But yeah.
We also get to see that. Well, we don't see the scene, but we find out that a key character from the other film, M'Baku, actually had a conversation with T'Challa before he passed, and T'Challa told him to watch over Shuri if anything happens to him. And he kind of takes on that role in this film. Nate, did you like how M'Baku was displayed in this movie?
Yeah, I do. I think he's more like one of my like sleeper favorite characters. Winston Duke does a really good job with this character. He still is, and it's still very much like he was in the first one, where he's like still rebellious, still not really 100% there, but he respects what they have going on, and he's like he's kind of found his rhythm with Wakanda and everything, not just like the Jabari tribe, just off. So no, I really did like him. I liked his jokes a lot better than Riri's.
He was definitely funny.
So yeah, I liked his comic relief because it didn't come off so like forced. But no, I really liked M'Baku in this because he was still M'Baku while still like partnering with them.
I did not expect him to call her a bald-headed demon.
You bald-headed demon.
That shit came out of nowhere, bro.
That was
God
funny.
dang, everybody
That was
cracked up.
funny, dude.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So
Because somebody, after all this time, somebody got to make these bald-headed
Some jokes
jokes.
about her being
somebody
bald.
make
Like,
these-
we were long
right
overdue
now.
on
All
it.
of them
Right.
just be like, all right,
We're gonna go a whole movie without it happening. Like, nah,
It's right there.
it's right here, bro.
And Baku, I think he got the short end of the stick, though. I think he could have had a little bit more screen time, because he steals the scenes whenever he's on them.
That's a fact.
And so I thought a little bit more would have been good. I mean, the movie was already dumb long, but
Yeah.
if somebody could have got cut out a little bit, maybe Ross a little bit, then I think he
Well,
deserved more screen time.
they giving him. I think they queuing that up for the third film based on how the movie ends.
That's true. Yeah.
But I thought he did a really good job too. I think again the cast is stacked, but I feel like he was in his bag a lot. You mentioned that he was funny. He was also dramatic. He was also even just like counseling Siri in a way. He was like, bro, you really want to do this? It's like, because at first that nigga was all rah-rah. He was like, bro, these motherfuckers coming over here. Your ass letting them in.
I think that was
and then he got punched in the chest. He was like, he was like,
they look stronger than I thought.
He said, you want to go to war with these niggas?
Like Birdman? No, not Birdman.
That little weak
All they can do
armor.
like, damn.
That nigga had heartburn, boy.
And yeah, I never thought I would be okay with black people making monkey sounds. You know,
But I thought he
kind
says
of made it work, man.
I thought he says my file, whatever the fuck.
Nah, when they tried to jump on him when he called her a bald-headed demon, he was like, whoo, whoo. And then motherfuckers came around and shit like that. I was like, damn, man.
What y'all keep? Bro, don't do that, Kale.
That's what they were doing. Did I do it wrong? Did they make it sound a little bit better?
We got it.
That's funny.
What I say?
Don't do it. No ass thing. Oh man, y'all funny.
I couldn't live that, bro. Y'all got me making.
I was thinking in the movie, I was like, bro, every time some shit happened in Wakanda, they go to his crib like it's the halfway house, and I'll be like, I'll get tired of that shit.
He told her we called her. He was cussing their ass out. He was like, "Y'all are visitors." My house. He was cussing their ass out, bro.
He over that shit.
My house.
Hey, speaking of visitors, while they trying to find Shuri out here living her best life in Punta Cana or whatever underwater.
Definitely was in Cabo. She definitely was in Cabo.
Hey, bro. Hey, she was underwater. Hey, she was underwater in the Dominican Republic.
She was like, your land is beautiful.
She like, this nigga said, hey, bro, Nay, if some nigga tell you I could bring the sun to the water and you seen it, hey, bro, she was ready.
She was.
She was
She would
ready.
live down there with him, really.
She was ready to move down there. Look, she's like, you can take Riri back up there. I'll stay here.
Y'all ain't got no mask or nothing for me. That's what she was looking like. Y'all ain't got no mask. I'll stay.
Look, what did you think of, what's it called?
Underwater world.
Talakan? What's it?
Tulum.
Talokan. Tulum?
Tulum was man. No, I liked it though. I always appreciate, as we said, world building and just going and seeing his people and hearing the origin and the backstory and the process that it took to get there and the mask that they had to have. Like all of that shit is dope to me and adds depth to the world, and it makes it feel and it helps you be more engulfed in the world. So that was all of that stuff worked for me. All of it was great.
Yeah, it looked amazing, bro. Not too CGI-ish. You know what I'm saying? That's important. It's easy to go left with that. And I just thought they did a good job, like you said, of world building. It looked beautiful, dog. Like,
yeah, they almost made you care about his people. Like as we care about Wakandans, like they go down there, you take this place and it's out the way. It almost made you care about his people.
The little water babies over there playing soccer in the water. It was really cute.
Take me back to the surface.
You ain't like being in that big ass suit.
Nah, bro. Take me back to the surface. Take me back to Wakanda, bro. Hell nah. Y'all can have all this shit. This fake ass little light bulb y'all got going on. LED lights. Fuck out of here, bro. It's
cold down here. This goofy ass Einstein experiment. Nigga. Go fuck about this shit, what? Oh man, no, I thought it was gorgeous. I feel like, man, Coogler's underrated with his cinematography, especially. And I was actually curious about this because I forgot how much underwater shit you had to do with this character, and I didn't realize like you said, AB, like the CGI could be like, all right, this is just too fake. Yeah. But I feel like he knew the right ways to do it. The way he did it was like. It's still for intimate because we saw like them up close. I remember seeing that little girl who was just looking at Shuri and shit like that. Like you don't really see them like up close like that in that much detail, and I liked how that was. Yep. Nate, did you think that Shuri and Namor was gonna get together though?
A little bit. I really did. Like it was a point when they were sitting there, he was like, "We could do this together, girl." I was like. I feel like I know game.
Shooters gonna shoot.
Shooters
shoot.
And you see he had his little Tupac earring in and shit. his little nose ring and shit.
Earrings and shit. His little piercing. Yeah. It was, and then she came in they dress and stuff, and I was like, I think he got her.
Hey, I knew he got her when, bro. I told you when she was swimming or whatever, she was in the water. She came out, it was dry. I was like, bro, what the fuck kind of world it is? And she see the nigga being all artistic and shit, all this bossy guy. He over here drawing panthers and shit, mixed with the Hispanics or whatever.
It was like, that land is beautiful. Like I didn't think she was gonna go back up. I thought he might have got her for a hot second. And then when they started talking about like the anger and all of that, and he was like, we can fuck the world up together, girl.
He said, I heard what you said, baby girl. You want to burn this shit too.
Yeah, Queen he was like, I overheard it.
Queen of Slim.
We can Queen of Slim this shit.
Yeah, I thought he was trying to make a proposition for a second.
Yeah, that's why he was so mad. Lil Peter stole her.
Yeah.
She stole her and killed her.
But the thing about it was that he was still honest about it. Like, if you go back up there, I will fuck your people up. Like, I mean, so you might want to stay down here with me. I respect.
He was very direct.
He told the queen he was gonna kill her.
Why you respect that name?
You know, I kind of like that toxic shit. Like, I fuck you up, girl, but you want to stay here with me. I kind of like it. It's dangerous.
Okay, then name more. I'll say. Oh man!
I'll give you a couple days.
Let's see what this like.
Lou, does Shuri respond to this proposal correctly?
I don't know. In the movie, I was thinking the same thing myself. Like, damn, would I have like?
You would stay with Namor too?
He was lost in his eyes, man. Shit.
He's making a good deal, man.
He powerful.
But I mean, I was looking at
things
it.
with the wings, boy.
All do is throw some wings on the nigga feet, man.
No, they move that fast.
Right. I was thinking about the proposition though. Like, what would Wakanda and the underwater people look against the rest of the world? Like, what if she thought about it from that way? Where I mean, I was on the fence if her decision was right or not.
She did right, bro. Yeah. She did right. But again, he was talking like hella spicy though. Like, I'm gonna let you know what's happening. But I like that though, man. It was super direct. But she made the right play, man. Got to go back to the crib.
Mm-hmm.
You think so, Kim?
She didn't have a choice. Lupita came and snatched her ass up.
She did. She really did.
And she killed the motherfucker too.
So,
she did. She did. Yep.
That set him off too, boy.
Yeah.
What set him off was his cousin talking shit in the back, like, you mean to tell me your goofy ass gonna let these motherfuckers in
Are we
here?
feeding them?
Yeah.
She gassed the hell out of him.
I wasn't mad at her though. She brought him back down to the real. Like, you done had this bitch wearing my dress, eating our food, and then they gonna kill our girl like that.
Yeah.
You giving her bracelets and shit?
Right.
She over here shooting on motherfuckers?
He gave her his mama bracelet.
Nah, he got about 9 of them in the back. That's his game.
All game. He do that for everybody.
Got the Derek Jeter basket.
Now, you mean to tell me out of the whole city of vibrating him underwater, he gonna give her his mama bracelet?
Well, he gave the wrong one. He gave the wrong one, girl. Cause she figured it out.
She did.
She freaked the fuck out that bracelet.
He got 20 of them bracelets.
Because of the bracelet, this is how Shuri, when she get back up there, before we cut to that, we obviously get to the Angela Bassett scene where after Namor finds out that they killed one of his, he take one of theirs, and we talked about that. And in response to that, Shuri is upset. Fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where she finds out how to become Black Panther. And then in a rage, trying to go to the ancestral plane to see her mama or somebody, her brother, she sees some other nigga back there.
I love this.
With the reveal to turn around in the chair and everything.
He was over there sitting like how he was when he had Lori.
Courtside.
he was out there sitting like, I was like, all right, bro. I see you, man.
Who did y'all expect that to be, though? Before he turned around, y'all were like, oh, that's Killmonger. Or you thought, who the fuck is this?
I thought it was going to be her daddy.
Oh, really? I really thought it was going to be Angela.
Yeah, we did see her dad.
I thought it was going to be her mom. Just because of her mom trying, the conversation they had before about her trying to get over the anger and deal with her grief. So I assumed it was going to be Angela.
But her mom wasn't a Panther, was she?
I mean, does it have to be a Panther? Did it have to be a Panther?
Yes, and
But I only,
ancestors.
but the first time we seen the nigga go to T'Challa, it was nothing but Panthers up there. And then when they came down, it was his
that
daddy.
is true.
And then, I mean, technically Michael B was a Panther at one point in time.
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. I thought it was like to what Kevin said. I thought it was more about your ancestors than the Panthers.
You may be right.
But yeah,
I guess we should have guessed that. When he at the premiere, Michael B. Jordan was at the premiere.
I thought that was because his homeboy is Ryan.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, they covered that up nice then, because I damn sure didn't see that coming. That was a super dope reveal, and I like the context in which they brought him back for that. It made a lot of sense and added to her whole character arc. I thought that worked. Like it wasn't corny, it wasn't a reach. It worked on all levels. So kudos to Cougar for that.
yeah.
Ken, did you care to see?
I think it also kind of maybe provided some insight into like Namor and what he was trying to do, because in his origin story, he was talking about he wasn't prepared to see some of the shit he was saying. So he was angry throughout the whole goddamn movie. Mm-hmm. So it kind of made sense. I wasn't prepared to see Michael B. Jordan. They caught me off guard with Killmonger. But it made sense because she was pissed off and angry. This motherfucker just killed her mom and then talked shit about it, to her. Like, bury your dead, mourn your losses.
I'll be back in a week.
I'll be back in a week.
You can't get
This shit ain't
straight
even
more
over.
people.
Yeah.
on that.
And he
So-
flew off with his feather wings.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Who does that? So it made sense. She had a lot of rage built up in her. Yep.
What you think about that,
Angry
Lou?
black woman.
I agree. I think Michael B. Jordan did a good job in that scene. It made you remember his villain, his character, the purpose of it, and kind of reiterated, as Ken said, like putting a battery in her back to help her understand, like it's more to it than just one side of the coin. Like you may got to be this, you may got to be that. It's more depth to just being this than you think.
And let's not forget, there are a lot of people that agree with Killmonger.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Yeah,
They
want it like he said.
He was the
Killmonger was
MLK
right.
the
The
Malcolm X
Martin
to-
Malcolm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kyrie agreed with him too.
Kyrie definitely agrees with
Kyrie.
That's his boy.
I really think he is Killmonger. He talked bad about T'Challa too on the low. Like, did you peep that? I kind of felt some type of way. I was like, hey man, hold on, he not here no more, bro. Like, come on.
I mean,
Your soft ass brother, nigga. He was talking fuck. I was like, damn,
Well,
a little disrespectful.
I ain't gonna say it. But nah, yeah, I mean, it was just it did bring up. It was interesting that they did this with Shuri, which I felt like was basically kind of using a similar formula they did in Black Panther 1 with killing off a parent and having the child deal with the grief and deal with it with vengeance, and then finding a way to come to peace with it. They did the same beat with Shuri, even though they kind of went a little bit more further with it by removing damn near all her family and putting her more isolated than T'Challa was. 'Cause at least he had his sister and his mama. She ain't had nobody, and that's why I like how they even took it further with how she was gonna take. This nigga had the sword to his throat, so I found that interesting. Even though I seen it before, I found it a new perspective. Was actually interested with that.
I never even thought about it honestly until you said that. Personally,
Oh shit, I get you every now and
job,
then. Dead clock writes twice a day.
Who did Killmonger see when he took the potion? Was his dad a Panther? Oh, okay then.
No, he wasn't.
All right, never mind. Okay, that answers that.
Well, they took him to. They didn't even take him to the ancestral plane. They took him to Oakland.
They took to the hood.
He with Marshawn Lynch.
Marcus Peters is over there.
Mr. Fab, nigga.
But then after she comes through, we see her in her little suit. You know what I'm saying? Dave, what you think about Shuri in her Black Panther suit?
she's so slim. She's so thin. Bless her heart.
So you wasn't fearful at all.
I will say this: I liked Shuri as the actress, but this was the only time that I felt like I kind of fell out of it. She was like, yeah,
She had a frame.
yeah, she did. And then it's like, so when you get the heart-shaped herb, like you automatically know how to fight.
I think she probably could have, between the time that we last saw her, there was a huge blip, right? They got 5-6 years.
No, ain't nobody try. So you saying she trained?
Yeah, she doing something besides.
I'm gonna assume that she did some training. Yeah, because
If she royalty, they all got to fight.
Maybe
Because she didn't do much of that in the first one. She had
Yeah,
the
she
little
just had the
blasters.
blasters.
But she was
It
younger,
like
though.
Boom, boom. But that was it.
And she
And
brought
they didn't do shit either, though.
She brought them back too.
I mean,
That was kind
okay.
of dope.
It was. I mean, for what it's worth, I liked seeing her fight with Namor. It was cool, but it just she was real stealthy.
That's a nice way to put it.
That's nice way to say it. Weak as hell.
Yeah, she was giving Catwoman vibes.
That's what it was,
she
and then
was
with the
really
nails and everything, it was
Catwoman
very
vibes.
Catwoman. I'm there.
She gave me like, oh, look at this 12-year-old dressing up
It's
for
cute
Black
Halloween.
Panther. That's Halloween.
Black Kitty,
Black cat.
Hello Kitty.
Black kitten.
Spike, AB, did they clap when she came down?
It was a whole thing in the theater where I was.
It was rowdy. I don't know where the hell you went. Now
Yeah,
they
it
ain't do
was.
none of that in mine. Thankfully, I
went
would've
to-
left.
Oh, really?
You was in
He said
Alpharetta,
he was at a deaf comedy jail.
It was like two
What was
movies
you
going
at,
on, bro.
Yeah, they clapped. They clapped.
Yeah, they clapped
both
in our
times I
thing, yeah.
watched it. Yeah. Yeah, which was interesting to me because I was like, oh shit, black folks really buying into
Like being here and part of the
Rashuri and the
experience.
Black Panther
Facts.
thing. I was surprised. I ain't expecting
You separated yourself from black folks because you wasn't buying it.
He wasn't clapping it off.
You ain't clapping shit. He just sat there like,
Bullshit.
I did not clap.
I
But
find it interesting the conversation that her and Lupita had when she came out of the ancestral plane, though. When she tried to deny who she seen, I thought that was a pretty.
she never told her.
Yeah, she
Yeah, she
didn't show
never.
it. Because she asked her again and double back. I liked it.
Did she ever tell anybody?
I don't think so.
Nobody know.
She was embarrassed.
oh, you seen your brother?
No, I ain't
Nah, I ain't see that. Who you see that, bro? Don't worry about it.
You asking too many questions.
I got the suit, don't I?
That's all that matters.
You question a child like this? You ain't asking who he's out.
Panther. Do it
If I was T'Challa, you wouldn't ask me this shit.
I'll keep my secret. You keep a secret too, motherfucker. Who this? Where the
6
blood
years.
test at, nigga? Hey, Nay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm good. Okay, Nay.
Yes.
So the final battle scene that we see, you said you liked it with her and Namor. Were you surprised that she was merciful and kind of let him win overall?
She let him win. She said she basically was like, nigga, yield, nigga,
Yeah, but his whole plan
Tap out.
his whole plan from the beginning was what?
to partner up.
And what happened?
I mean,
You killed. Not only do you kill the queen, you killed her mama. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you still get what you want at the end.
It's like a moral victory. Is that what you're saying?
It's more than a moral victory.
Nah.
He got what he wanted.
Nah, she cooked
but-
that motherfucker, bro.
but he died.
But he died though.
But he still won.
How?
He still got what he wanted.
What did
He was king for a day.
They didn't blow up the white people. What did he win?
They did not blow up the white people.
Yeah, they ain't do shit. He ain't even make it outside.
I would say this. I wasn't surprised. I knew she wasn't gonna kill him. Like, she can't kill him. Like, with everything that she dealing with in the rage, like, that really would have been like a shocker if she actually.
Well, the way
had
she
killed
blew
him.
up that shit, I was like, oh, she might kill this motherfucker.
You never thought she was actually gonna kill him. You didn't.
There was no
I ain't never
way.
thought I'd see Angela Bassett floating in the kiddie pool
Face
either.
down
Face down in the kiddie pool. I was like, I didn't know what to think.
Wash it down like
Yeah, I didn't expect for her to kill him, so I expected for her to, at some point in time, to come to her senses and realize that this wasn't the way. And so, yeah.
It completed her arc, though.
Yeah, it did.
You know what I mean? If she would have killed it, like raged out and killed it, that would have kind of been like, damn. Not only been hella dark, but it would have left her shit wide open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't have really went with the storyline. I do like how they set up, how they trapped him in the heat and all of that stuff. And I like that they alluded to that earlier. You remember when they were in at MIT and she picked up the heater and they were like, you're going to need more than a heater to fight this nigga that's looking for y'all. I thought that was a nice little callback
I didn't notice
from
that. I didn't notice that.
that. They defeated him with the heat. I thought that was kind of dope.
Yeah, the merman. They called him.
deoxynider.
Lou, was that fight scene the best fight scene you've seen? Well, have you seen Winter Soldier?
Nah.
Damn.
Which one of the soldiers? The black one?
But don't even worry about it.
Which
How-
Winter
what is-
Soldier is it?
He said it was the black.
Is that
nigga.
when the black dude?
No,
take
don't
over?
even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. What did you think about the battle scene, though?
No, I like the battle scene, man. It was dope to me. Like, again, I ain't in depth in Marvel as you are with Winter Soldier and shit, but I liked it. I think it played out well. I think Black Panther did a great job. I don't know if I was here for the arc, like you saying. I kind of would have liked. Why not kill the villain? Like, I don't understand why
he
not.
was
take
too
him.
good of a villain to kill. Though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You ain't gonna give a villain that much backstory and be like, all right, he's
Yeah,
gone.
knock him off out the one movie.
Yeah,
Okay,
I see
that
him
makes
again.
sense. However, I mean, I wouldn't have been mad if she had done it.
Ken, question to you. Best fight scene since Winter Soldier?
Man, sure, he got her ass kicked, bro. Like Black Panther, like he beat the shit out of her.
Hey, he was punching her with the rope
Yeah,
though.
man.
Shit.
And he was dried out,
That's true.
Yeah.
beating her ass.
Put her ass on a goddamn spear. You know,
Oh yeah, he pushed
pushed
her.
into that shit.
Oh, I did like how she like sliced that shit
Yeah.
and pulled it out. I did kind of like
Yeah.
that.
I don't know how she survived that shit.
That suit, bro.
The suit,
Suit, and I think
It-
because
It
she's Black
didn't go
Panther-
through her spine,
It
nigga.
fell
Nah,
back
it was
in,
on the
yeah.
side, and the suit kind
But
of.
it
She's
heals,
skinny as hell. I didn't know
Healed
what's her spine or her
I think
back.
she heals. She heals fast because of the herbs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a good fight scene. I don't know if it was the best one, though.
It wasn't
I thought it-
better than the one with the Avengers.
Yeah, the end game.
Yeah,
you
that
know,
was the
are we
best one. I
excluding
seen
end
that
game?
one. I
Yeah, I'm
did
saying
see that
excluding.
one.
Oh, okay,
You
okay, I'm
can't
about to
count
say.
Avengers shit.
I'm finna say,
That's
I
why I
seen
said
that
Winter
one.
Soldier. Winter Soldier had a good final battle scene.
This was, I'll tell you what, this was frying the last one. The first Black Panther final scene. That's it. I thought that was low key whack.
I still don't know how them motherfuckers didn't get killed on that ship though.
And they was outnumbered.
Yeah.
They kept climbing up.
And
I
then
thought
why
it
did
was
why did
over
they
for
bring
them.
the ship to be? Why would you even go to their home court? Like, why would you try to pull them off and get them on
they
land?
had to drop the little vibranium machine in the ocean to get them to come out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had to draw them out.
shit.
They had to
So
go
once
they
that
shut
shit
the door.
came out, they just were They took too long to turn that bitch around.
I love how they use the whales to get thrown up, like propelled and shit. That shit was dope as hell.
How did you say he got what he wanted?
He
wanted-
first time we see him, right? He pulls up to the Queen and Shuri. He like, look, y'all fucked up by showing them this shit. Now they knocking at my door. Go find us, like, unless you want me to kill the scientists down the line, like, you know. Well, his real proposal was, his first proposal was find a scientist. His real proposal was let's link up because they're coming. Like he knows the shit. Like the
Eventually.
science, it ain't gonna
If you
stop.
know
with
white
the science.
people, you know they.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
some
yeah.
point,
they'll be here.
They're not gonna quit.
Yeah, and that's what he told her. And he was like, all right, let's team up. And she was like, I don't know. But he was like, all right, if you go back up there, I'm gonna beat your ass.
So
So
would y'all-
he went
would-
back up there. He beat her ass. She came back down. Was like, all right, bro, you right.
That nigga's a man of his word.
Would y'all
man.
consider them like an alliance now though? Like
No, not really.
Okay.
Because he has the upper hand. Like he told his cousin, he was like, look, one of these days they gonna need us. We gonna need them, and we gonna come together just like I
He
thought.
got more than they do. That's why I don't understand. Like
He
got all
he
these
needs surface
motherfuckers,
help.
bro.
He needs surface help, and he don't
Yeah,
trust.
man.
It's hard to fight a battle where you can't fight the whole world, my
And
nigga.
none of them can breathe on land except him, right?
Yeah, they can. They had the
Oh, they got
mask
the
with
little
water
mask
in it.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he the only one though.
But you can't fight the whole world. Like you need help.
I
He
feel
was
you.
alluding to it. It was enough of them to do that.
He enough to fight Wakanda, yeah, because he already scouted. By the time he went up there, he been scouting that area. Oh yeah, I know y'all ain't got shit. Y'all lost y'all main nigga. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna pull
But
up.
that's what he thought until Shuri came on board, and that's why. And you know, I felt that I was like, man, he only going there because you know Black Panther.
Ain't no Black
dead.
Panther around.
Yeah,
Ain't no
Well,
black
that
man there to
ain't
protect
right.
her.
Yeah, he know they ain't got a protector. That's why he was talking cash shit. You know, but I don't know, man. She should have killed him. I mean, obviously, I knew it wasn't gonna happen. But this motherfucker came to your city. He flooded the bitch.
Killed your mama.
He killed your mother. He
Not only the
fucked
mother,
up-
the queen.
Yeah, the queen. The mom is good enough, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. Like you just let him live like that.
Especially if she's seen your man on her ancestral plane.
I think that was the reason why she didn't do
because
it.
she didn't want to be.
She didn't
him.
wanna be
Yeah,
him.
so that's why they
Gotcha,
showed him
gotcha,
Killmonger
gotcha.
instead. And then that's when the queen came. It was like, nah, what you doing? Like you can't do this, and she, let her go. But yeah,
Were y'all surprised that she wasn't Black Panther that long?
What you mean?
She was like, I felt like she was in the suit for like 5 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, through the previews and stuff, you didn't really know if she's going to be in that role the whole time or just the fight scene at the end.
She
She didn't need- yeah.
she didn't need to be in there that long.
I
Yeah.
liked how they did it because it showed her struggle with like accepting that role. Like she really didn't want to be Black Panther. Like she saw her brother. Like she even told them like her mama. She's like, I don't think. She's like, why ain't you creating the herb? She's like, nigga, that shit is in the past. Like I ain't
And
fucking
she
with
told
that.
somebody else, T'Challa dead, but the Black Panther lives. You know? So
You had anything? We see that after they win and shit, and the alliance is made. Shuri off doing some other shit, and then Baku goes to the waterfall and says, challenge. But I don't think nobody's stepping up. So does that mean he got?
well, it cut away, so we don't know.
Ain't nobody gonna step up.
Yeah, I think they alluded to him just going ahead.
They owe him, especially if any nigga walk in like, nigga, I had you in my crib. Sit your black ass down.
So what was that for? Is that he like? What was he
To be
challenging
king?
for?
I was
to be
thinking,
king of Wakanda.
I was thinking, they let me know if you thought this too. He's the king of Wakanda. She's the Black Panther.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah. That's how it's gonna be.
That's how it was. That's how it was.
That's how it was when Black Panther was like his dad was king
Yeah.
while he was Black Panther.
I thought that because his daddy's eye wasn't what it was back then. When he was older, you see what
That suit don't got the same effects nigga after you hit 65, nigga.
That's funny.
His 2020 vision was fucked up. Boy. You saw what he looked like to have Central play. Daddy was talking through his spirit.
Blessed.
So, Nate, what did you think about that balance of power?
What did I think about the balance of
Like
power?
with M'Baku being king and her being Black Panther.
This is the thing. I don't really see Shuri as a ruler, right? Like Shuri's the scientist, the tech wizard, but I don't really think we've seen any leadership qualities out of Shuri like that. So it makes sense to me. Like let Shuri lead the tech and the like the science stuff, and let M'Baku rule. I liked it.
I agree.
I wonder if we'll see him in the Black Panther suit.
They ain't got no big enough.
It'll cover the side.
They ain't got them over in
That
husky.
nigga got a big back.
They ain't got the 2X size.
That's a big back nigga.
He gonna look like Mr. Incredible in that bitch.
Look, you're right about that.
We see that as we're seeing the Water Tribe and all that stuff, we see where Shuri really goes. She go to Haiti. Pull up on Nokia one time, and she learned some shit, kid.
Oh yeah, Tucson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Haitian revolutionary?
Yeah, that was dope.
I saw a little expert like after he died, like a year after or before they actually became independent and free.
It looked like that kid has never acted before in his life.
Bro, he had the goofiest look on his
Oh my
face, bro.
God.
Somebody said he looked like a little corn boy.
Oh, what?
That little boy who likes corn on the internet. He floating around. He loves corn.
I ain't never seen that, but that sounds funny.
That is a little happy.
It looked like he didn't know when he wanted to smile. He had that. It was like a face that was like, "Are you about to smile, nigga?"
Yeah, it was the teeth.
Yeah, that didn't do nothing. I ain't gonna lie, that
was
didn't do
smiling
nothing
for
for me.
him.
You like the little kid on Martin. So when we go to Arizona, Martin, he remind me of that little nigga, man. But it didn't do nothing for me, man. I ain't like that scene. I ain't gonna lie.
He
ain't like that.
He shouldn't have had a role.
Really?
Not a
agree.
speaking role, bro.
Yeah, they gave him too much words to
Yeah,
say.
too much.
Just
bro.
show him playing in the background or something like
Yeah, they
that.
could have let the.
They showed him playing earlier too. Y'all remember that when they were playing soccer? He was out there when she first visited. They probably should just kept it at that. I'm be real.
And let Lupita just explain it.
Yeah, just
We don't need.
why he playing in the background.
We don't need the monologue from the 3-year-old.
Yeah, stay out of the helium.
And then Nate, but did you find it cute when he said his Wakanda name?
I did.
Were you surprised that they went this route?
No, I had a feeling that, and I don't know if you heard me when they showed it, Kim, but I was like, I knew it. I had a feeling like I thought Lupita was going to be pregnant. Like it was something about from the trailers. I felt like maybe she was pregnant at that point. But for some reason, I felt like there was going to be a whole like her having T'Challa's child. So I really wasn't surprised.
Which is why she didn't go to the funeral.
Yeah,
she been away for so
And
long.
remember, the queen was like, "I got to tell you something about your brother." So that was it.
Yeah.
Yep,
So I
Damn.
liked it though.
Black mamas can keep a secret, boy.
Especially when it comes
So
to
it does.
sons, honey.
Yeah,
True, take to the grave, boy.
Yeah, she did. So, but yeah, I mean, I it's clear they were like, yeah, sure, ain't gonna get it done.
Right. They got a replacement already.
lined up, bro.
this ain't gonna work. Right, as soon as he finished the film, he was like, nah.
They was in the editing room like, God damn, throw this little motherfucker in there.
Hey, grab dude in the background, a little extra nigga in the background.
Hey, that your nephew? Hey, come on, that goofy ass in there. I'll give you a meal.
How is that gonna work out though? Like, how do that play out?
That's why I think the third, because it's been 5. The first Black Panther came out 2017. Am I correct?
Somebody Google that right
Yeah,
quick.
I think it's 20. It's been like, I feel like it's been like 5 years since the last Black Panther. So if it's another, gap in time,
They're gonna age
I'm
him.
talking about in real life.
They're gonna age
They gonna age the fuck out of him in the
Yeah.
movie.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like they probably
Gonna
gonna make
be
him about
teenagers.
16.
Remember, it's already been 6 years,
Yeah.
so they can easily jump another 6 years.
Especially with all this multiverse shit coming out, they go like, all right, nigga, he about 20 now.
They in
Different
college now.
timeline. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, that's easy. Playing with the time, that's light work for Marvel.
Did you like this recast of T'Challa, AB?
I didn't really. Okay, so I'm glad they didn't recast the actual Black Panther actor. I'm glad they didn't do that. The kid part, I'm gonna be real. I could have done without the kid part. Like that didn't do nothing for me. Because again, I just think it was shoehorned, bro. Like we're never gonna see him again in anything. They just wanted us to know that there was a child out there somewhere, and I feel like there was other ways they could have done it. Or they didn't even necessarily have to do that. We know in Black Panther 3, again, with the time and the multiverse and all that, you can create all kind of shit and make it make sense. I didn't need the little boy. I didn't like that review. I was cool on it.
Yeah, it was cool with me. I think it kind of made sense. Like you get us as the viewers used to another Black Panther to get us to. She's sure is like a bridge to get us to the other Black Panther. So it's almost like, you know, Black Panther is more than just T'Challa. It embodies everybody. Like, you know, if you watch The Walking Dead, there's this thing where he said, we are Negan. Everybody talking about we are Negan, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that Black Panther as a whole represents just black people. And it's not just T'Challa. I think they did a good job of just kind of breaking that down.
Hey, you know, you knew he was going to say something about it. Right?
Profound.
No.
What'd you think, Nate?
About the baby T'Challa.
Because I remember I remember on a review, I forgot what it was, where some woman came up with a baby, and everybody just kind of accepted it. You was like, somebody got to do a cotton swab. Because if I was Shuri, I'd have had a little Wakanda little thing, a little DNA test to take it right quick. Like, hold on. Because I'm not about to just accept, because all of a sudden the queen gone and my brother dead, and all you saying, oh, this your son? Fuck
We all knew that was T'Challa's girl. Yeah. Like, we knew that.
It was the worst kept secret in the kingdom.
We don't know. She could, man, Nokia could have got her groove back in Haiti. We don't know who she
during the blip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, during the blip, we don't know what was going on. She could have had a little side nigga waiting on T'Challa to come
that
back.
means he's going to have to fight the Gorilla Man for that seat, because he the king.
Gorilla Man.
Mabaku, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Baku.
But no, I wasn't necessarily mad at it. I did feel like it was a little like
too much.
Kind of it's kind of soap opera-ish, but okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the sake, again, I did kind of feel like Ken said, Shuri's kind of like a bridge. Like, she's not going to be Black Panther for very long. And I don't know what Shuri's story is from the comics, but I mean, does she turn into a Black Panther? I don't know. I wasn't mad at it, but it was a little kind of Tyler Perry-ish.
They put a nice bow on that.
It was cute, yeah. It's an expensive bow.
What'd you think, Lou?
Yeah, it didn't do anything for me. Because again, I didn't even understand. Like, I just asked y'all, like, what did that even mean as far as the next Black Panther? Like, again, we're not gonna see this little boy again ever.
Never.
So, yeah, it went over my head.
All right, as we're closing now, I want to give a shout out to Ryan Coogler.
Great job.
Yes, Rose.
Great job.
I think he pulled Denver again, as I mentioned earlier. He probably Denver pulled out the impossible to do something like this with all the world watching, because it's an MCU film, and the first one was such a huge hit. And y'all could cut to it.
I like seeing black excellence on such a high level.
Then I'll start with you, Lou. Did Ryan Coogler succeed in landing the plane with this sequel?
He did, 100%. Again, not being as engulfed in the Marvel world as people. I don't go see every Marvel movie. However, I felt like I had to see this one, and I didn't leave unsatisfied. I was definitely satisfied. It felt like an event, and he stuck the landing with it.
And before we get to anybody else, I think Myke has something to say about it too, as far as Ryan Coogler's impact on this movie. Oh, my bad. AB.
Coogler. I think out of any of the criticisms or any of the takeaways that maybe didn't work with the movie, no one has said anything negative about Ryan Coogler's job in terms of how he did it directing, how he did flipping the script. Nobody's going to say, I haven't heard anyone say that. We haven't got to Ken yet, but I haven't heard anyone say anything negative about what his role in all of this, especially under the circumstances. So he definitely landed a plane. Yeah, I've seen people say it's better than the first one, which I never thought I'd hear anybody say that due to the expectations that came with. And so just even the fact that chatter is going on, man, like you got to give to him, bro. He talented.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's missed.
That's saying something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't seen Creed 3 yet.
I don't think he's doing Creed 3.
He ain't doing
Oh, he's not?
Michael B. directed.
Yeah, he is.
Michael B. Jordan directed.
Yeah, bro. He taking the lead.
He got your mans in that though. He look like he finna body that shit.
Oh, Jonathan
Jonathan
Majors.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Major, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tick.
He been waiting for this role, too.
Oh yeah, he look like he born
No
for this
Stallone,
shit.
though.
Yeah.
Stallone upset.
Yes, no Stallone, though.
He is
I'm just
upset.
Major's been looking for a role to be shirtless the whole movie. he can't wait.
That's true.
Yeah, what was you thinking about Ryan Coogler and the job he did in this film?
It was the right touch. And I think when you take on a task like this, when the world mourned the loss of T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, it was a very, very, very difficult task because it was a loss that everybody experienced. And I think he handled this with the right amount of grace and nuance that it was needed, and I think he was very upfront, in the open with it. He allowed us to kind of just sit with it and grieve, and get that out the way. And then we kind of got to the movie, and then it was just a kind of reminder of what we lost, but also about where we're gonna go and the legacy that he left behind as well. Man, black people, we take loss differently than a lot of folks, bro. And he had to be very, very careful in how he did that, because if he did it in the wrong way, it would have really fucked up a lot of shit. So yeah, we just grieve different, bro.
How we different? How we grieve different? You keep saying that. How it's different?
It is. It's like, it's like how can I describe it? It's like we take it hard, we go all in, but then there's this period of celebration that we have as well. Mm-hmm. And then he's trying to do this for a group of black people that are not monolithic, that kind of take it, in a couple of different ways. So I think that's why he gave us those moments of silence where it was just no music at all. Mm-hmm. He gave us the dance and the celebratory thing that people also like as well. And then he gave us the moment of silence at the end where it was just, I'm just gonna let you sit in this. And we're just gonna remember him for who he is. And then we're just gonna pass this on, and then that's it. Mm. So yeah, I think he did it just right.
He did.
You agree too, Nay?
No, I do agree. I think that's what I took from the whole movie. The whole movie was like all the different phases of grief, like the sadness, the shock of them actually being gone, the sadness, the anger, like trying to move on, being stuck, like Shuri being stuck for the whole movie with trying to deal with and cope with the loss of her brother and her mother. So, finally, I really like the idea of burning the funeral garments at the end. Like, I really liked that and the ceremony in that. But I felt like this movie was almost like it was just a story of grief and all of the different phases that you go through. That's why I was interested in what you meant, like how black people, because like there is definitely a period of celebration. Mm-hmm. And like, cause like in my family, I know we don't tend to wear black. We like to wear bright colors to funerals. Mm. So it's like, there is definitely a idea, especially if you come from a super religious family of it should be a happy time because they're back with the Lord, whatever like that. So yeah, I do think that I thought he did it very beautifully. And I thought, like, no matter how you deal with grief, you probably saw your reaction in that movie.
Yeah, we, as a group, we haven't had a chance to really cope with this. Mm-hmm. Like, it happened, we were discussing, it was like, oh, what's next? But this is our first time coming together, as a people, as a community, to watch this whole thing that was a phenomenon. Yeah. That took the black world by storm and empowered a lot of black people, black kids, et cetera, and we lost that.
Move forward.
And it was just gone, and now we have to basically break it down and start all over again, You know, so I think just opening up with like, let's just get to it. Let's be very direct and to the point. I like that. Just give it to me straight. Don't bullshit me. Don't give me all this other shit. Just what is it?
Yes.
And I think he did a good job of doing that. And then we just got into where we're gonna go, the transition. You know, from there.
Yeah, kudos to Coogler, because even thinking about what like you saying, like what this meant to the culture, and then everything the culture's been through since the movies come out, and then for us to have also lost Chadwick, and this emblem. And so it's like, yeah, it's like all of this stuff as Black people we've been through since 2018, 2019 through George Floyd's, all that kind of stuff. For us to have a minute and as a collective grieve, that's dope. Like kudos to him for real, for real. He had a real heavy burden to bear with trying to do this movie right, and he did a really good job.
And that's why for me, seeing it twice and hearing the theater clap twice, that was like a moment of acceptance. Like, you know, we grieved, we've processed it, you know, but we're gonna carry this torch onward, and it's going to live through Shuri, a Black woman at that, you know, that's gonna get a chance to go out and be strong and carry this mantle, you know. And we always talk about how Black women are strong and, you know, the backbone of, you know, the community and stuff like that, and, you know, and that's what she was. And then now she's gonna walk through it, you know, we're gonna go on this journey with her, and then it's gonna be passing on to the youth, this next generation. So it's kind of like in death, you have, you know, almost like a rebirth, you know. So we lost him, but there was this other figure born that we're all gonna experience together again, and then we're gonna pass it on to this young generation, this youth, and they're gonna come along and they're gonna carry this torch, and then they're gonna pass it on. It's just gonna be this continuous cycle.
And then to collectively bring another group of brown people along with you in that journey and stuff. He's brilliant. I can't stand him, but he's brilliant.
Do we have Mike's thoughts?
Yep.
No one can direct a Black Panther movie from here out unless it's Ryan Coogler. I don't give a fuck. Okay, if Disney announces that they're replacing him, I don't give a fuck if they're replacing him with someone that's Black, white, especially if they're white, but I don't care. If it's not Ryan Coogler, I'm ready for a global boycott. I'll be the first one up front with the fucking Molotov, man. Ryan Coogler, this is his shit, because from what I can tell, he is basically responsible for this genuine feeling of like inclusion and representation within the MCU. I feel like what he's done with a very Black character by giving them a very Black story and now including another underrepresented group into his movie without making it feel hokey or forced. Man, I feel like this shit should be a lesson on how to properly do this. He did it incredibly well. But yeah, as far as him coming back for Black Panther 3, yes, I want to see that. Especially because I want to see what he does with M'Baku, because Winston Duke is an absolutely stellar actor, and I would love to see them do more with his character in this film. Because man, when he got punched in the chest and he was laying on the ground, I felt that motherfucker couldn't breathe. But yeah, no, besides that, he is amazing. So yes, Ryan Coogler, Black Panther 3 all day.
Y'all agree?
Facts, though. You can't picture nobody else doing this, bro.
Yo, there's also a rumor that he might be directing Secret Wars. Avengers.
Wow.
And that's where I was getting to, and I want to hear y'all, the producers' thoughts on the film overall too. But that's also, I'm like, he's doing a lot for Marvel, right? But he got his, like, he's known for doing, I think, smaller characters that happen to become big blockbuster. Like Creed wasn't supposed to be a big franchise thing,
right?
But his, you know, the way he is and his skill set, he turned it into one. To the point where he hasn't directed one since the first one, and it's still making money. So I feel like maybe I don't want his talents to be used up by Marvel.
You don't want them to milk it.
Yeah, like all the way. Like,
put him on everything, Captain Marvel.
yeah,
okay?
like it's like he gonna be the next
Like,
Kevin Feige, and it's like you see Kevin Feige pull, he ready to go.
You
He ready
saying
to-
that saying you versus what though? Like more Fruitvale Stations?
No, I'm saying like I would like to see this director do other stuff outside of superhero shit.
For sure.
At this point, like he's given his life, like for him to do this one and this one is like this would honestly be a good send off for him. I'm sure he's gonna come back for a third one, but I think that it would honestly be a good send off for him to be like, all right, I started this character, I took y'all through this, y'all can take it home. I'm gonna do some other shit.
You'd be okay with him not doing Black Panther 3?
If he wanted to do some other shit, like he was like, I just want to get different creative juices going. Yeah, I would.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know
That's
about
trick.
that.
Hey, boy, you rolling the day, gonna get that nigga a blank
There's
check.
not they can't give it to Ava,
No. No, they can't.
Barry Jenkins.
No. Nigga, no. Nigga.
No,
Do not say
None
Lena.
of those, y'all.
Lean away from
She'll kill everybody. There'll be no black people
Ain't
left.
so we ain't got no black directors but Ryan Coogler that can do this.
I'm not saying that. I just don't want to see them do it. I would rather see Ryan Coogler do it because he's done such a good job. And I mean, not for nothing, this is the biggest movie franchise in America, if not the world. So why wouldn't it be a black man behind it making the best ones of those movies?
It's gonna get colonized.
Yeah, they're gonna colonize it 100%. But even in the sense of these movies, Black Panther stands out and it's different because it don't go by the same formula and format. I feel like just being a Marvel outsider as the rest of them. Like the rest of them has the same simplistic formula that it goes by. This one, we've talked about the depth of origin stories of a lost civilization and all of these things that he ties into it because maybe the Black Panther story and maybe his directorial acumen puts him there.
Michael Bay gonna kill this shit. Watch.
All right. Any other thoughts on this movie?
Can we keep it a stack about the Rihanna song though?
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do
I
that.
ain't even hear it, but
Yeah, it's
I was expecting it about 3 times.
in the movie. It sounds fire. Outside
That
of that,
song is mid, bro.
mid pack.
It's mid.
Mid pack.
Like it is not.
It's like the Wiz Khalifa whatchamacallit song.
See you
What?
again.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
At least that one. At least
That's
they hit
mid.
They
But
hit
it's
the charts.
7
though.
billion times.
Yeah, it's the
played.
most streamed song
Same
on
thing
YouTube.
from this one. It's like perfect situational
it?
song.
Yeah, that's the most watched
Perfect
video.
situation.
I mean, the Navy's happy to have Rihanna doing music again. I mean, she's been in her Fenty bag and her Savage bag for so long. Like, they just happy. She could say la 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 on a track
Right.
and they be happy.
She can hit
That
a
song,
boom
that song
track.
was underwhelming like a motherfucker.
Especially because the first soundtrack was fire.
Yeah.
Complete fire.
This one sounded like
It was.
That soundtrack was dope as hell, bro.
yeah, it took me a minute to buy into the more. But when he got to Wakanda and started fucking shit up, I was like, oh, this motherfucker is hell. And I was worried because I was like, they got nobody to defeat him. So yeah, I thought Namor was cool, man, and Namor is an asshole.
he is.
And I felt like he started to really kind of give that off. Like when he first came on screen, it was just like, you felt a little forced. But after a while, like I was like, oh shit, this like he's starting to really embody the comic book character. I mean, this motherfucker used to come. I say it every time, but he used to steal Reed Richards' wife.
Yeah, he gonna fuck her in
He
this.
kidnapped her like 50 times.
He gonna fuck her in this universe.
Yeah, it was a weird. Like, he would always kidnap her, take her right back to Under the Sea. And so it made sense for him to be like a dick throughout the movie and just try to get the black. He basically tried to turn black people into his slaves.
I ain't gonna say all that.
Yes, he did. Y'all gonna go fight this battle for him.
Fight.
He learned from the people when he did his little Jesus thing like that.
What he do,
He
kid?
did his little Jesus thing. Y'all say,
Why his leg?
you're
Why his
like,
leg?
that's what he did.
He didn't raise his leg like that. Nah, but those was just my thoughts on that. And just to let y'all know, giving y'all a heads up, our next live show will be for the sequel, since we're doing sequels, the sequel to the hit blockbuster film Avatar 2, The Way of Water, I believe it's called. Yeah, so that's how we'll close out the year with that, December 21st.
Any of y'all gonna do the little Pac-Man shit?
I thought it was the Kamehameha
The
wave
alligator-
from Dragon Ball Z.
That's what it was. Little
Alligator
shit.
mouth.
Yeah, alligator mouth.
That's
Y'all
what
gonna
they
do
were.
that? Man, that Saturday, my kids had soccer, and all the Hispanics were doing the Wakanda shit.
Really?
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. They're doing that or the.
No, the Wakanda shit. They ain't, it's not. They not buying.
It's
in
not catching
yet.
on?
It's not catching on yet.
Damn.
It was kind of.
But I still got to ride through some communities to see though. But from what I saw, it was like nah.
They were thick too at the theater when I went.
Oh, really?
Word.
Yeah, they were deep.
Damn.
That's why they wasn't
good.
celebrating where you was. It was all Hispanics.
Yeah, they were deep. They were
That's
fucking with
what's
it.
up, though.
Yeah, nah, it was super dope to see that though.
Before we get to these super chats, Jalen and the crew, Kev, what y'all got to say about Black Panther?
It was good. Damn, bro. I didn't expect Jalen's statements to be so short. I kind of, hey man, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I liked the movie. I didn't love the movie. I think it was good. I think he did the best he could with this situation. I think he made a good movie out of it. I really
Wow.
Best he could.
He sound like if he wasn't black, he
The
would
best
say
he could,
what he really was
I
saying.
thought it was good. I didn't love it. But I think it was a good movie. I really do. But I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. But
Did you like it better than the first one?
No. I didn't expect to love it more than the first one though. I just wanted to make sure it was a good movie. I think it's a good movie, but it's not like my favorite Marvel movie or nothing like that. Neither was the first Black Panther. My favorite Marvel movie has always been Civil War. So
The Baby Avenger movie?
no, Civil War
Civil
one was
War.
niggas was
Captain
fighting.
America.
That shit was fire too though.
Yeah, that's
We're
my
not
favorite.
gonna do that though.
No, I'm just saying it was a cheat code, but yeah, that's cool.
Definitely a cheat code.
I do think this was a good movie. I think it was great for black people. I love the cinematography, everything about it, but I didn't fall in love with it. But I thought it dealt with grief very well. I'll say that. But yeah, that's really how I felt about the movie.
You're making me sad.
Okay. Well, I said it was good. So
Zay, you give it a thumbs up? He ain't seen. Oh yeah, you ain't seen it. Damn, I forgot. We
Spoiled the shit out of
fuck
that.
out of this shit, boy.
Got earplugs in.
My bad, boy.
I'm surprised, man. Y'all represented too? Well, maybe not you. I think it's a different part, right? No,
I don't know. I'm trying to move on.
He's not Mayan. Yeah.
All right, let's get to these super chats. Super chats are
It's
officially
Mexico.
closed.
He's Puerto Rican.
So Leah, let me go into it. First question from Oblivion Radio. Well, it's not really a question. It says, before we get to the review, I need to get this out the way. What are y'all thoughts when Paperboy pushed that dude to the window and cranked that killer? Nick didn't mention it in his notes, and Nay missed it in her Reddit roses.
Oh, yeah, I remember the rapper.
Classic.
Remember the rapper was trying to rap for him?
And he pushed him
and they
through.
were shooting
He
and he
did.
tossed his ass in
I
the
did
window.
see that
when
Reddit
he
comment.
shooting
I'm
at him,
sorry,
that's
Oblivion. It just didn't make the cut. But yeah, he did push him the fuck through that window.
And I liked it because I thought he was actually going to get a chance to rap for him. So they spent this whole time setting it up, and it never went anywhere. But he was just a joke.
That was classic Atlanta though. That was like season 1 Atlanta.
It was.
Right there. Damn, that was funny.
How do you feel knowing it was all Darius's dream?
Loved it.
Maybe
We don't know.
Maybe it was his dream.
Oh, it definitely was.
We never saw Thick Judge Judy, so we don't know if that was a
They
dream.
calling this man Kevin Samuels in the chat.
They did. I was on let it go.
Who they call Kevin Samuels?
they are mad as hell with me.
Yeah, they hot, bro.
I'm here with Kevin. I'm a little disappointed.
It is what it is.
Hell.
I don't
Let
got
me
to love
open
it.
this
I said
chat.
I liked it.
Everybody's entitled to their
I think this
opinion.
question was meant for your husband. This next one I'm about to ask
okay.
is Mortal Joviality. He said, Rob, how would you have directed Black Panther 2?
How would who?
How would you have
He said
directed?
Rob, but I think he meant
Yeah.
Rod. How would he have directed Black Panther 2? What would you think your husband would have done?
I think he would have probably. I don't know. I would like to hope he would have done the exact same thing Ryan Coogler did. To be quite honest.
You don't want to do no shitty work.
No, I just really liked what he did with this. Yeah, I really do. I liked what he did with this, but I don't know. You'd have to ask. I can't get into Rod's creative mind. Rod's mind is different.
All right, moving
Call him
on.
Mike Kent's. That's fine.
Yeah.
We have Juan Lopez says, hey guys, very rare that I'm able to catch a live, but finally I have. Life has been kicking my ass lately, so hopefully supporting y'all turns my karma around. Hope y'all loved the film as much as I did. Shout out to you, man.
Blessings to
Respect.
you, son.
Glad you could have joined us. Hopefully we gave you a laugh or two.
Yeah.
Troy has two questions.
Yeah,
First one
Troy.
is, just want to thank y'all for all the hard work and content you've dropped this year. Honestly enjoyed listening to these reviews more than most of Marvel Phase 4. God damn.
Okay.
And the next one was from Troy. How would you rank these Marvel antagonists He gives us Thanos, Killmonger, Namor, Scarlet Witch, and Loki. How would y'all rank them?
Thanos won off Wham.
Thanos is one. I put. It may be recency bias. I may put Namor at 2.
I agree.
Thanos, Scarlet Witch, Namor. Y'all, Scarlet Witch ain't no fucking joke.
She
bro.
was.
Is she actually a villain?
She was killing
She was for a
motherfuckers.
little bit.
I mean, that don't make you a villain, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some niggas deserve to die.
The black woman though.
I mean, yeah.
Professor X.
Yeah, you go kill the motherfucker in the wheelchair. Yeah, she was a villain. Yeah, all right, you know what? Yeah, she top 2.
Hey, she cleaned him up too. She cleaned him up light work too though. That shit was easy money.
Rod wouldn't have killed the queen.
You don't
He
think
wouldn't
so?
have did that. He wouldn't.
Because
have
it's
did that.
Angela Bassett, because she the queen.
No, I just don't think. I think he would have been like, it's too much. We already dealt with enough.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
death.
You're right.
He
It's too much
wouldn't have
death.
done
It's too much
that.
death. Too much death.
But I'm with you. It's Thanos 1, Namor 2, and the Scarlet Witch. That's a good one. I put her 3
Killmonger at 4 then?
for sure.
Wow.
Then Loki.
Loki's definitely last.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I think I agree with that.
Damn, I feel some kind of way about putting the black man last.
I mean, what it is.
Thanos
what it
purple
is.
though.
You said no, Loki's last.
Loki last.
Oh, Loki last. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got Rob Costa. He says, top of the evening, everyone. This was the most bittersweet movie I've ever seen. Sweet because it was absolutely beautiful. Bitter because Chadwick could have been here. Or should have been here, sorry. Hashtag rest in paradise.
Agreed.
That's crazy. I think this movie would have probably been like, I mean, I don't want to say it because like you don't want to compare it, but like if he was in it,
Yeah.
this
Right.
movie could have probably been
a bigger deal.
crazy.
Yeah, it would have been insane.
Because it was the most anticipated even after he passed. So like, imagine if he was there. Lauren J asks, how would y'all rate Marvel Phase 4? Here are the movies: Black Widow, Thor: Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange 2, Spider-Man 3, Eternals, Shang-Chi, and Black Panther 2.
It's been just okay.
Yikes.
Like I like Shang-Chi. I thought that was dope.
I do too.
That was different. That was a different little spin on the Marvel, the MCU. But like Black Widow was garbage.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it was just okay. Eternals was garbage.
Yeah,
though.
I give you that.
That was a long movie that felt like a long
It
movie.
did. It really did.
So it's been quiet. I didn't mind a couple. I didn't mind Doctor Strange, and I didn't mind
You like
Thor.
You like Spider-Man 3?
Spider-Man was a shit.
This
That
is
was the
one where
shit.
all the Spider-Man
Yes.
is in there, right?
They bodied that shit.
Yeah, that was good.
That saved it.
It was cute.
It wasn't better
That
than
and this
It
saved
was
it.
good, yeah.
My bad.
Shang-Chi was pretty good.
I like the action in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that was hard.
To be honest, there's only 3 movies that stick out, honestly. It's just Spider-Man, Shang-Chi, and Black Panther 2. Everything else, like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I keep Moon Knight and you can toss everything else.
I liked WandaVision.
WandaVision was good.
You ain't watch Moon Knight?
No.
I didn't really like Moon Knight though.
I watched
like
the first
Moon
3 or 4
Knight?
episodes.
I didn't like it.
Moon Knight was
So
dope.
when y'all look at it, it's just still as bad as y'all said. It's been.
Yes, it's worse than. I think
When you look at everything that's coming, because this has been a lot of content in 18 months.
It's a
It
lot
is
of
a lot.
content.
Yeah, it's a
but
lot of cheeks, too.
It's a lot of real generic.
I disagree big time, but y'all.
I mean, because y'all are Marvel fans.
So, I'm talking about the shows. These shows are not as bad as y'all make it seem.
They're worse.
They're
than
not.
Y'all
what
like
they
WandaVision?
Yeah, they're not.
WandaVision was dope. Loki was dope.
Yeah, I think when I look at all these, I think they're not as bad, but I definitely think Thor: Love and Thunder was
After
rough.
Moon Knight, all of that shit can go.
When that's what I'm saying.
Miss
Like, when you
Marvel
really
wasn't
look at it,
nothing.
the terrible parts is probably Miss Marvel, Thor, and She-Hulk.
That's like a
Everything
whole
else, I can
side,
give
nigga.
Eternals.
That's a whole side of a road.
That's only-
And then,
that's-
you
that's
also
only
got to
three.
throw in Eternals. And honestly, I mean, are we really counting What If?
Yes, it's still Marvel. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, but like,
I mean, it was cute,
It's
but it could
MCU.
go too.
I didn't like What If either though.
like, What If ain't really doing? What if you ain't? No one's.
And the crazy part about She-Hulk, I actually read one. That is exactly how the fucking comic
It
is,
is, yeah.
which is fucking insane. Like,
Yeah, the show wasn't that
just
bad though.
as I mean, it's damn near a
It wasn't that-
copy, bro.
it wasn't that bad,
Carbon
though.
copy.
No wonder I ain't read it.
Yeah, She-Hulk wasn't that bad. It caught this when about third, fourth episode. It started cooking in them halfway through.
And what was it cooking?
It was.
Once
Dry
you got the
ass rice,
tone,
it was cooking.
once you got the tone down, it started to work around 4 or 5. We right here.
So I got to get through the whole series for it to work.
You got, it's brewing early. You got to sit through it.
Nah, yeah, either the tone will work for you or won't.
That's
I think that's just all. It is.
And you'll
what
know
it
by
is.
episode 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's such a yeah.
Yikes.
All right.
But yeah, it's not that bad actually.
Jay Mecca as a half black, half Mexican dude, I love seeing both sides represented as well in this movie.
He was torn.
10 out of 10 for me. He ain't know what side
He was torn. He was torn, boy. He was in
Hey,
there like,
bro, please tell me. This reminded me of that scene, bro, when Shuri clipped the nigga wing, bro. He was sick. He was like, I ain't never had nobody touch me like that.
He was mad about
He couldn't fly away.
Yeah, wrapped up at the end. Had the little bandage on.
He had a little ace bandage
Yeah,
on.
the ace bandage. You got to stop at Walgreens on the way.
Damn. That's okay. That's cool. Yeah.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
show up at
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, to
a
be
barbecue in a bathing suit. He just all mixed up.
it was interesting to see like Shuri get her ass beat by nigga Haynes.
Bless it.
Moving on. Tweets Open Doors says or asks, do y'all feel like Okoye's arc deserved more screen time rather than forcing Val into this movie to set up future Disney Plus shows and movies? Val is the white woman who we didn't mention.
Veep.
Yeah, from Veep. Everett Ross, his ex-wife and shit.
Oh, she finna have a show?
Well, she's about to have
She's
like
cameoed twice already.
Yeah.
She about to have like the Thunderbolts and shit. That's a new show.
That's going to be dope, too.
We didn't talk about the fact that like Michaela Cole only had like 2 speaking parts. Like that hurt my heart because I'm a fan of hers, and I just thought like especially once they had Okoye lose her position, I was like, oh, this bitch finna be the new leader. Like, what's going on? And she didn't do nothing. Like, what was the point of her even being in the movie?
She went to another island and just chilled.
She was almost just like
It's the
a
setup
character.
for the show.
The TV
It
show.
is.
She's gonna be in the show. Yeah.
Well, I mean, great. I mean, it was cute that they had her be the other little girl's love interest or whatever at the very end. But I was like, oh man, I was heartbroken that she really didn't get no screen time.
That's
like
the thing.
that.
Coogler had a lot to juggle. You got to juggle all of the characters
Yeah.
that deserve screen time. You got to juggle storylines that's
So you
setting
said
up
she
new
deserves
movies.
screen
And,
time.
it's a little more. I thought so too. I thought she was super dope, but somebody gonna get the short end of the
She was
stick.
all right.
She did
Yeah,
okay
she was
in the
alright
little
in
time
this
that she
film.
had. In the little time that she had, she did okay.
I just knowing her from other stuff and knowing what she's capable of, I was excited that she was going to be in this movie. I thought it was going to be something.
Well, they did do that with Jeremy Renner for Hawkeye, right? Like he was in these movies and he didn't really have too much screen time, but then when he got his TV show, you could see what he could do.
TV show was straight too.
Yeah.
It was straight.
Cute.
What TV show did you
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
She was like,
You really
why do
are
you
the
ask?
right.
she was ready.
She was like, why do you ask?
Why do you ask? It's
I
like,
was
damn. Yeah, you been waiting on this.
Nico Odell says, movie was 9 out of 10, but Riri and Okoye's super suits was trash.
It is the beginning, early phase of it.
Kind of like how Iron Man was when he first kind of popped out.
I like how they
out
were
of the
joking
sand?
on him though. They
I didn't
they
think
made that a
Riri's
joke
suit was
too.
that bad though.
That's how it looks in the
okay.
comics, but I
It
mean,
was okay.
it could have been better.
Okay.
Especially, I mean, if I'm in Wakanda and I got all these resources, like,
Suit got to be lit.
Yeah.
They hooked the suit up.
bro, they gave her a paint job on
And
her
then they
old
kept
suit.
the
And then
shit,
they was
bro.
like, nigga, you can't even take this.
I
Matter of
felt
fact,
so bad for that car. I was so glad they fixed that car because I was hurt when that motherfucker.
when they busted up that car,
Classic.
and she
Yeah,
was
bro.
just talking about like, oh, we just found the original parts and put it back together. Like, nah, nigga, give me a Wakanda car. Fuck out of
And they
here.
pulled the shit out of the fucking ocean.
Yeah, she
They
said
didn't
we
go
went
get
and
new
got
parts.
it. We went and got the parts
Her
out of the
dad, She
ocean.
used to work on that car with her dad, man. And her dad passed
Don't be selling me
Oh,
no.
okay.
Don't be selling me no flood bill.
she forgot all about her daddy when she went to Wakanda.
Her dad is dead. What the hell you talking about?
She wanted to get adopted by them niggas. She didn't want to go home.
She did want to go home.
She did not. But
If I went to
that's
Wakanda, I ain't trying to go
understandable.
home.
Yeah,
She
I
wanted
ain't
to take
never
that
leaving
suit.
Wakanda, nigga. I ain't
I'm
going
working on
home.
my visa right there.
I ain't going home.
Nigga, you see what I can do? I can help.
Right.
And clearly y'all need it. Y'all let
Hey,
this
did
goofy
she-
ass nigga walk
Did
in
she
here.
hit on Shuri?
Who?
Riri, did she hit
I
on
didn't
Shuri?
get that vibe.
I didn't either.
Oh.
When?
She
When
asked
they gave her
to
the
go
fist
to
bump?
a game and shit. She said slide to Chicago.
I don't
Slide
For
for
a
a
Bulls
couple of
game?
days. Yeah, for a Bulls
think
game.
it was like that. I don't think she was asking her on a date. You know, I don't think that's what that was.
She got to step her game up then. If that was the line,
Yo,
you're weak in the motherfucker.
Sure, she was like, "Do you know how the Bulls are playing now?" I'm cool.
I want to see that shit.
Y'all do not have D
Zach
Rose.
Levine?
She got to take some notes from Namor. And that game was weak as hell.
That got the wrong ball, brother.
Wait, it ain't even mellow.
Moving on, we got Troy once again asks, who would you cast if you could recast T'Challa? R.I.P. Chadwick.
It had to be a no name.
That,
was a good
I thought I was gonna say Idris.
Nah, bro.
He too old, bro. Hell no.
You had like
T'Challa dad, ain't it? Who the fuck
You had like
is he gonna
Chadwick
be?
was that much older than Idris. I mean, that much younger.
is,
That much
dude.
younger than him.
You're just like in his 50s.
People wanted Michael B.
T'Challa
Jordan.
was. I mean, damn. I can't. Chadwick was.
He like 30
Early
something,
40s,
bro.
he
Like
was
you talking about
early
2
40s.
decades.
He was 40
In his
something.
early 40s. I
Really?
think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
he older than Black
He was
Don't Crack.
42 when he passed, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
Black don't crack. Goddamn. Okay.
Late
okay.
30.
Idris still too old.
Yeah, he is.
That's too old.
Just give him
We ain't got no
a
many
ball.
good black actors out there. I don't know who you about
It
to
gotta
pull
be a
up.
no name, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Idris, it can't be Idris, man. He's not one of our good actors.
Nah, he ain't even from here,
We
bro.
let the Peanut Crew get a microphone and they start cutting over. They talking about Black Panther 2 trash. Idris ain't trash. Idris ain't shit.
I said it was good.
What about your boy from Creed? He can't be
Which
Black
one?
Panther?
Jonathan?
He's
He already got a role.
He in the MCU.
Hey, bro, if he
What
did,
he what he
He
do?
already got a major role.
He about to
he
shake
about to
it
be,
too.
he about to be
Yeah.
King, Martin Luther King.
No,
I seen like 9 previews for him in movies. on
When he with the white man.
Now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nah, he working.
Samuel Jackson.
Mike, how you
You a Samuel alive?
Watch
He
more.
working.
Somebody get my motherfucking Black Panther.
like does Spike only watch Black Panther?
Yeah. I went
He
to
don't
this
watch
'cause
no
it
other
was
black shit.
It was because it was Black Panther. 100%. Facts. It's facts. Yeah.
This is just like when Luke Cage came out. Niggas only watched the Luke Cage
'Cause he
show.
was black,
They didn't
yeah.
watch shit else. They didn't watch Jessica Jones. They didn't watch Defenders.
They told me Avengers.
They didn't
was
need
like,
to.
What about
Avengers,
Kevin
oh,
Hart?
Black Panther gonna be in Avengers? Okay, yeah, I go
You
see
can't
that.
just stop.
He can play the
You could not.
That's
Kevin
he can
Hart.
play the
would be a
little
black
adolescent.
cub.
You know,
He said with Tucson is like a teenager.
yeah.
Hey, and they turned Tucson teenage Tucson. If Kevin Hart is teenage Tucson, hey, I want to know what accent he trying to do. Because he can. I don't think. Hey, Nate, can Kevin Hart do a Haitian or African accent?
No,
Teenage
no.
Tucson.
Damn.
TT.
Damn, little TT.
Oh, poor little Tank Tank.
I don't know who I would cast. I don't think
I
there's
don't
that
know.
many good black.
Well,
young
I would.
black
I
actors.
It's a
agree with
no-name,
AB.
bro.
It had to be a no name.
What about
They had to do us like.
They gotta be a
them,
dark
man.
skin too.
Which is what-
What's the Toronto? He played Mike Tyson.
Trevante Rose. Ooh.
Oh, I shouldn't even ask you that name.
Get your boy from Snowfall.
That could be
Who's,
Dancing
Franklin?
Idris. Somebody
Franklin?
said that too.
Oh no, you can't do that. You can't
You're
do that.
Franklin.
He was like bodies. I can't see him after that. He's Franklin from now on. Moving on to Poltergeist. As a Haitian American, it was cool seeing the movie incorporate small things from our culture into the movie, especially naming T'Challa's son after Tucson. What's it? TL. Yeah, first name Tucson. Shuri and Nakia saying, sorry, bro, I can't even pronounce that either. Wrong hurt me too. I guess they said a saying, in a Haitian saying. They said it wrong. Starts with an A. Yati?
We'll take that.
Spell it.
Ayiti.
Ayati.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, they said that a couple times.
What is that, Ken?
Huh? Ayati.
It ain't
Like Lil Yachty.
It said Lil Yachty.
Like Lil Yachty. Ayati.
Yeah.
Or
Or like a new Kia.
But not
The name was Toussaint Louverture.
okay. That's all we got. Yeah, Morehouse man right there.
Parlez-vous français? All right.
Oui, oui. Here you see, he ain't say shit after that.
I know what she said.
The Beans 410 says, "I love Shuri using T'Challa's DNA to make the herb as a way to say Chadwick will always be our Black Panther."
That's dope.
I forgot that she used his DNA. Nate D. Great says, like Ken, I needed time to process my thoughts about the film. I think because it felt like I left the funeral at the end. Great movie, great director.
Does that mean she just drunk her brother?
All right, we're not. That's why I'm moving on. I'm trying to move on. Presto_T says, ask the question, how did y'all feel about M'Baku? I like that he gave. I like that they gave him that serious moment towards the end. With Syria about to go into war. I think we talked about it. Like we appreciate.
M'Baku was dope.
And I think he'll be a good king if he ends up being that.
He was in a bowl.
That's funny.
And it was purple grape Kool-Aid.
Yeah. It was definitely some drink.
It was that dirty Sprite. I thought
She took it to the head too.
if they would have played Future Feds to the Sweep in the background, that would have been classic. Classic cinematic moment, right?
That would have been right up there with Belly. Like, that would have been right there, nigga.
King Cam says, did y'all think they would age up, did y'all think that they would age up young T'Challa for the next Black Panther or Avengers film? Because to me, Shuri wasn't that believable when she was in this.
Damn, Shuri.
Boy, they shooting Shuri.
I think that may be the first and last time we see her with the suit on, bro.
You think so?
Grand opening, grand close.
I do. I think that people gonna read the feedback and they'll figure something out. They got more time to figure shit out now, though. It's my bold prediction.
Well, the time is now because niggas ain't fucking with it. Clearly,
Sure.
I'm glad she got the shot though.
yeah, she
I'm glad
deserved
got
it.
the
She
shot.
deserved it.
Yep.
She deserved it. Oblivion Rado says, let's get everyone's thoughts on Phase 4 as a whole and hope what they can do better for Phase 5. And let's have everyone do their top 3 movies and their favorite shows of Phase 4. All right, you asking
Right.
way too much in one question. So give me one project you liked out of Phase 4 outside of this movie.
I like Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
That'll be mine. Yeah. I was fine with that one.
No Way Home.
WandaVision for me. That was the best thing.
I'm gonna give Moon Knight. Moon Knight was a sleeper that I didn't think about, and I fuck with Oscar Isaac. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah, he is.
We Them Boys says, never heard Myke speak like this before. I guess he was talking when he was yelling about Ryan Coogler. Oblivion Rado says, we all know why Rod is not here. He didn't know how to feel about this movie. He probably likes it, but wonders why he likes it. But turns out he didn't like it, but ends up changing his mind. Sorry, Nay.
Yeah.
Y'all funny.
Y'all finna get off my nigga now.
Nate the Great says, after watching, should they have recasted T'Challa?
No.
Nah, they needed. This is actually
That would have ruined it, really.
They made the right call, man.
That would have took away.
Y'all just raised too many questions.
Right, it
and
would
too
took
many
way too much
nitpicks.
steam out of what was going on.
King 8605, thoughts on Marvel dipping their toes and becoming darker in Phase 4, i.e. Shuri trying to murk Namor, Peter and Goblin's fight, and Wanda enslaving / murking folks.
That's true, because Doctor Strange was dark. Got real dark. That's as dark as they're going to take it, though. They got to keep them registers ringing, man. PG-13. Like, they can't leave that to DC. DC probably do better going dark.
I mean, Thanos did wipe half the motherfuckers off the face of the earth.
Yeah, but it looked like paper mache was in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Look
Yeah.
confetti.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Except for the only time it was like, damn, it's a deep moment was when Peter was like, shit, nigga, I'm sick.
Man, that hurt right there. I ain't going to lie. That hurt.
Yeah, he lost a lot of money. A lot of people, they killing off a lot of motherfuckers.
Oh, I forgot about that. Aunt May?
Wolf by Night. Werewolf by Night was kind of graphic, a little more graphic too. But because it was in black and white, they played it off better. If it would have been in full color, they wouldn't be able to get away with that Werewolf by Night.
Queen Ramonda and Aunt May gone. They killing all the OGs, though.
Polterghost says, ask the question, who got it worse, the Kennedys or Shuri's family?
Shuri's family. The Kennedys was a good pull, though.
I got it. I mean, I'm going with the Kennedys, obviously. Shuri just lost.
Just lost.
Everybody.
Nigga, her mama, her brother, her dad, cuz.
Yeah.
What's up, cuz?
That was fun.
Well, she may find her a new man.
Or woman.
Child, next question.
Kennedys.
Who you got, AB?
Kennedy.
Whole world saw that.
That's true.
Groove Channel says, maybe it's just me, but if you really look at Chadwick's career, that Denzel has been supporting him, I just don't feel like anyone could fill those shoes, at least till it's reboot time.
John Washington David.
No.
John David Washington King.
Him too. We can get his brother.
Nah,
Denzel's son.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nah, hell
No,
no.
that's
Nah,
it.
it ain't.
There you go, man.
They make him make. They make him make that
They
work.
can make that work.
Nah,
He's not a bad actor.
He not.
he's not fit for it.
He's
He
not.
kind of short though, ain't
He's
he?
not fit for it.
He a stocky dude.
Okay.
Nah, that can do it. That could work.
I don't think it.
Black Panther is a tall.
In shape, slender.
Yeah.
Cameras, they work magic with the cameras.
Photoshop.
It's Marvel. It's Marvel.
Oh, what up, B?
No, I don't think John David Washington is gonna pull people in like a Chadwick is. He's not as endearing. There's just something about him, and I don't know if it's the nepotism. I don't know, but it's just something about him that doesn't make him, I feel like, as likable as a Chadwick.
What about the light skinned dude from Bridgerton?
No. You saw that
Hell
movie
no.
he was in on Netflix? No.
Black Panther staking his ass whoop.
He's too pretty.
That's what I'm saying.
Connor Pearson Ward asks
Light
or
skin.
says, Ken, Namor wanted Wakanda to handle the problem because he didn't want to expose his people to the surface and make them catch heat.
He didn't want to do the shit himself. They coming to your land. That's your problem, bro. They ain't got shit to do with me.
Yeah, I didn't even know you was here until you popped up. Lauren J says, I enjoy Killmonger a little bit more than Namor, but Ryan is 2 for 2 with villains. I can see why Kev wants him for Secret Wars.
What Secret Wars?
Is that the one with Nick Fury?
Yeah.
That look. Yeah, hey, that trailer look dope.
We're
though.
gonna give you like a Marvel crack.
We gotta give you a
or we're gonna
pamphlet
give you
at
like
the end.
a Marvel
Who's
cliff note.
who's who in the Marvel universe?
Cheat
and shit. I got like 4 books I can give you.
I need
Thick ass.
He ain't gonna read none of
He's
them.
not gonna read it.
But some of them got pictures in it.
Definitely look at the pictures. Definitely look at the pictures.
Last statement question from Oblivion Radio. The college Riri is in is the same college MJ and Ned attend in No Way Home.
Yep.
MIT.
Oh.
They were trying to get in MIT the whole movie.
I don't believe
she
that's the
already
first time
there.
they heard of MIT. That was the first time they heard of MIT. They asked, was it the same college?
No, they're saying it was.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You gotta watch the movie. You don't
Yes,
even
no,
I know
it.
it. I thought that question was saying that.
A typical black person. Don't watch any other Marvel movie, but Black Panther.
Black
pop up,
Panther.
they
I'm
go
going
opening
to
weekend. I ain't mad at it either.
Over the weekend doing this. He was in the studio like,
Yeah, making sure his black car was intact. Because we were taking cars, Spike. I don't know if you know. We were taking cars,
Did you
bro.
take B's car?
BB
Yeah.
saved it at the last minute, but it was it was almost
I'm
gone.
sure I went to go see that opening night. And I ain't seen nothing Marvel since Wanda. Well, I watched to see Spider-Man. I went to see Spider-Man. Then WandaVision before that.
Oh yeah, you was with us for the Spider-Man review, wasn't you? Oh no, that was Jay. I got my light skinned brown skinned niggas. Any other thoughts? Y'all good?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah,
Great
2 thumbs
Yep.
up.
2 thumbs up.
Once again, I want to appreciate the On Deck TV podcast for coming through, especially in the clutch. And I want to thank y'all for joining us as usual. I know this was a little bit
packed house watching tonight, bro.
yeah, it was a little bit longer than usual. But it was a long movie, so we had to cover it. We know y'all shit. As y'all can see in the super chats, if I miss anything, y'all gonna let me know. Again, please let everyone know about this platform. We appreciate all the sharing and the comments y'all do. FPS Podcast, our Reddit community we love. As of course, Nate lets y'all know every episode we try to give y'all a shout out. Make sure y'all support. And we got something special cooked up for y'all for the next live, so make sure y'all tune in for that. December 21st, we are doing Avatar 2, The Way of Water, and we'll catch you on the next review. We out. Peace.
And B, if we don't take your black card, we damn sure suspend it for 5 days.
Wouldn't have ever talk